बिल्कुल सही, मुझे नहीं समझ आया यहाँ पे ऋतिक इतना ज्यादा ओपन में क्यों आ रहे थे और ऑफ गार्ड पकड़ा गए। देखते हैं क्या होने वाला है। आमने सामने शकित के सामने थे सालू, होडा, उन्हें रेवन की भी फाइट स्टार्ट हो चुकी है। जेएसआर के जेसीडी पीछे से फायदा उठाते हुए किल स्टील कर लिया, एक किल दिला दिया। शक्ति ने एक और प्लेयर को डाउन किया, इसी के साथ देसी किलर्स, ओह माय गॉड।
इस बार से फाइट पे ओवरकम करती हुई जा रही है गुलशन, फंस चुके हैं।
बिल्कुल सही, टीम नंबर 10 बूया पक्का मैं कहता हूं, क्योंकि हाई एडवांटेज जोन सबसे एंड में कटेगा। आप देख सकते हैं चोको बॉय ने इसी के साथ डाउन किया, साइका को लेवल गेम चेंज इसी के साथ वाइप हो चुकी है। एंड इसी के साथ टीम नंबर 10 बूया, क्योंकि पूरा जोन उनके पास था। एफटी Esports
प्लेयर सर्वाइव करके, बट 2 प्लेयर यहाँ पे डाउन हो चुके हैं। बट LBS की जो फाइट है वो यहाँ पे चल चुकी है। स्लेयर की बात करें वो यहाँ पे डाउन जरूर है, बट डॉन है की बात करें उन्होंने वहाँ पे वर्म क्राउड क्या कर पाएंगे यहाँ पे नहीं देखना पड़ेगा। मुन्ना 2.2 सामने की साइड पे है, डॉन है की बात करें वो भी यहाँ पे स्पॉट करे गए। हैप्पी स्पॉट करने की कोशिश जरूर कर, बट वर्म को डाउन करा गया पूरी तरीके से, उनको कंफर्म भी कर दिया गया। शरण जो MVP थे पिछले मैच के, देखते कमाल दिखा सकते हैं। या ने बिग पापा नीचे की साइड पे M10 लेके चार्ज करने की कोशिश करके मुन्ना को स्पॉट करा, सीधा शॉट करा डाउन करेगा। बट टेक्स की बात करें उन्होंने यहाँ पे डॉन को डाउन करा था, उन्होंने भी उनको कंफर्म करा है। बट विष्णु एंड हैप्पी 2 प्लेयर्स बचेंगे, बिग पापा भी डाउन हो चुके हैं।
वेल एंड सानू को भी एलिमिनेट कर लिया जाएगा। अभी के लिए टीम नंबर 10 के पास सबसे बेहतरीन पोजीशन, यहाँ पे अगर बुया नहीं निकला तो मुश्किलें काफी ज्यादा बढ़ जाएंगी। बट अजित ओके, अजित को स्पॉट इन कर लिया गया। वेक्टर रखे बोइड एज अ डेडली वेपन, बट ऑन द अदर हैंड राज को टेक ओवर, राज को यहाँ पे नॉकआउट करना चाहता है संतोष। उनके टीममेट को रिवाइवल जरूरत है, साइड टैपिंग और बाकी क्लोरो की एबिलिटी यूज करी जाती है। बट रेवन के अजित उनको सर्कल की तरफ आना पड़ेगा, बट सर्कल क्लोज इन करेगा अजित। 1v1 का फाइट, बट स्टिल शार्प स्नाइपर, नो वे।
लाइफ हैकर्स के पास जाता हुआ ये किल, और मुझे लगता है कि वो आराम से क्वालिफाई करने वाले हैं प्लेऑफ 3 में।
बिल्कुल सही, हाइट एडवांटेज रेवन Esports के पास। चारों प्लेयर स्प्रेड हुए हैं, 2 प्लेयर सेंटर में, एक राइट एक लेफ्ट। इसके साथ अनकल्चर्ड भी निकल चुके हैं। 3 टीमें 10 प्लेयर, 4v यहाँ पे कम से कम 4v तो जरूर। रेवन हेडशॉट, पैरेडी एक और 2 किल ट्रिपल किल यहाँ पे निकाले। राजदीप वर्मा ने जरूर रोल नॉक को खत्म किया, बट शिव विद एडम 1887 मुझे लगता है बहुत इजी। यस 4v2 का सिचुएशन, शिव इस वक्त जरूर डाउन है। 3v2 जरूर कहूंगा। टीम नंबर 1, टीम नंबर 3 एंड टीम नंबर 6 आमने सामने। शिव को बहुत इजी रिवाइव जरूर मिलेगा। इसी के साथ मैं अभी से बोल देता हूँ, रेवन Esports पहला गेम बूया निकालने वाली है।
Well, टीम नंबर 6 इस बार फंसती हुई जाएगी, क्योंकि जिएला सर्कल है यहाँ पे। इसके बाद और कोई सर्कल नहीं बने वाला है। वहाँ पे ग्लू वॉल्स भी खत्म हो जाएंगे, बट स्टिल दे आर स्प्लिटिंग फायर। ग्रोजास के शॉट्स, बट आर्मर इज ऑन लो, बट स्टिल रेवन Esports इस बार से आज का बुया दिखाती हुई पहले मैच का।
मिस्टर के फाइनल शॉट डाउन किया, बट लूप किंग्स की स्क्वाड क्या बेहतरीन प्रदर्शन दिखाते हुए अभी भी उनके 3 के 3 प्लेयर सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं, और आराम से मुझे लगता है जोन के अंदर एंटर भी कर जाएंगे। बट LBS बिग पापा एंड पाकिस्तान स्क्वाड अभी भी पूरी तरीके से तैनात है। हैप्पी की बात करें उन्होंने विडो मेकर को यहाँ पे डाउन किया विद एडमिशन नेट लॉन्चर का इस्तेमाल। 3 प्लेयर को डाउन किया, 2 डाउन किया, इग्नाइट बेसिक के साथ खात्मा। KRM प्ले जोन के बाहर डाउन। सेट FF की बात की वो भी डाउन हो गए। ज्ञान आर्मी काफी ज्यादा मुश्किल में। देखते देखते LBS की स्क्वाड के पास पता नहीं कहां से, बट यस 6 किल मोनिश।
बिल्कुल सही, यहाँ पे X फैक्टर INT एजी X फैक्टर INT मुझे लग रहा था 3v3 में 4am कुछ कर पाएगी, बट पूरी तरीके से ओवरपावर्ड किया। मैं एक बात बताऊं, X फैक्टर INT इस वक्त इतना अच्छा इसलिए खेल रही है क्योंकि उन्होंने LBS को डाउन किया है। उनका मोरल इस वक्त बिल्कुल ऊपर आ चुका है, 9 किल कर चुके हैं। टीम डीजे की अगर बात करें, सामने किंग्स के लास्ट प्लेयर आई गेस रुद्रा। देखते हैं क्या होने वाला है। स्पीडी ग्लू वॉल जोन का काफी ज्यादा डैमेज। नीरज इज ओनली 40 HP। MP5 है रुद्रा के हाथ में, प्रॉब्लम जोन ही हाथ इतना डैमेज दे रहा है नीरज को। इसी के साथ ओ भाई यहाँ पे X फैक्टर INT मजे ले गई, जोन में रह गई, दोनों प्लेयर आपस में लड़ते रह गए। एंड यहाँ पे लास्ट गेम का बूया निकाला है X फैक्टर INT।
टीम नंबर 4 भी होने वाला है ब्लैकबेट।
बिल्कुल सही, आप देखिए LBS दूसरी फाइट में विद इन माइक्रो सेकंड मैच मिनी सेकंड्स कहूंगा यहाँ पे डाउन किया, बट हैप्पी को यहाँ पे सामने से KRM ने डाउन किया। एक ही के साथ हैप्पी डाउन जरूर है। बिग पापा के हाथ में M1887 क्रोनो की एबिलिटी यूज करते हुए टीम नंबर 4 वो चढ़ाई करेगी। हैप्पी जल्दी रिवाइव 4v4 का प्रॉपर फाइट। लेट्स सी टीम नंबर 4 या LBS, बट LBS के पास एक काउंट आई नो नेड्स बहुत ज्यादा आएंगे। एक नेड विडो मेकर का हैप्पी एंड पर डाउन 2v4। बिग पापा इज लो ऑन हेल्थ राइट नाउ। चरण इज आल्सो लो एंड मुझे लगता है एलबीएस का सफर यहाँ पे खत्म होने वाला है।
के वहां पे डाउन हो चुका है इग्नाइट की तरफ, बट बाकी जो प्लेयर्स हैं यहाँ पे रिवाइव हो जाएंगे। स्निक की बात का एक और नेड उन्होंने कुकरा ऊपर के साइड पे किया जरूर, और वहां पे कोई भी नहीं होने वाला है। एलबीएस की स्क्वाड इस वक्त सर्वाइव करेगी, ऑलरेडी उनके 3 प्लेयर सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं। विष्णु की बात के वो डाउन है, बट उसको आराम से रिवाइव कर दिया जाएगा। विडो मेकर को डाउन जरूर किया, बट बॉन्ड ने वहां पे विष्णु चरण को डाउन कर दिया है। पूरी तरीके से फिनिश करा गया। एलबीएस के अभी भी 3 प्लेयर सर्वाइव जरूर कर रहे हैं। पापा कैसे भी वो ब्लू वॉल तोड़ के नीचे जाने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं, बट बॉन्ड की बात करें वो नेड्स यहाँ पे कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं। नेड्स की बात करें वहां पे एक रन, बट बॉन्ड का नेड हैप्पी एंड बिग पापा दोनों प्लेयर्स डाउन हुए। एक अच्छा मौका जब एलबीएस की स्क्वाड पे वो रश कर सकते हैं ब्लैकबियर्ड।
बिल्कुल सही, फिलहाल के लिए एक और नेट गया, ये होगा। एंड यहाँ पे इसी के साथ बॉन्ड ने बिल्कुल जेम्स बॉन्ड वाला शॉट लिया विद।
चरण आप कहाँ हैं? नेट लॉन्चर आपका कहाँ पे है? 3 के 3 प्लेयर एक साथ यहाँ पे खड़े हुए 4 AM के, बट एक नेट आया जरूर है वहाँ पे, पर विष्णु चरण को डाउन किया गया। इनसेन की बात करें वो नेट लॉन्चर से डाउन जरूर थे, बट उनको रिवाइव मिल सकता था, बट नहीं, बिग पापा को भी डाउन किया। एक आखिरी प्लेयर हैप्पी सर्वाइव करेंगे अपनी टीम से। ब्लू वॉल पे उन्होंने ग्रैपलिंग का यूज करा, क्लोज जाएंगे। अभी भी 3 प्लेयर उनके सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल, नूब सिंह ने जिस तरीके से यहाँ पे गेम को थोड़ा पलटा, नो डाउट एलबीएस के हाथ से गेम निकल रहा था, बट एलबीएस से मुझे लगता है अपने प्लेयर्स को यहाँ पे आराम से उठाएंगे। बिग पापा ट्रेन हो रहे हैं, एक प्लेयर तो जरूर यहाँ पे उठ चुका है। लेफ्ट साइड से 4 AM आ चुकी है। अगेन विद दैट नेड लॉन्चर 2 प्लेयर को डाउन किया। रुद्रा ने यहाँ पे बिग पापा को जरूर खत्म किया। लास्ट प्लेयर इज विष्णु चरण, 5 किल 1 HP। जल्दी से ग्लू वॉल लगाएंगे, टाइम नहीं उनके पास कि वो खुद खेल करें। एक और नेड लॉन्चर 2, यहाँ पे 1v2 का सिचुएशन, एंड विष्णु चरण एट लास्ट यहाँ पे नो डाउट अगर वो हील्ड होते मेजी तो गेम निकाल सकते थे। 1v2 नेड लॉन्चर से ले सकते थे, बट 4 AM बूया।
टीम नंबर 3 दिया गन। अभी के लिए इट्स गोना बी 3 टीमें, 10 प्लेयर्स अलाइव रह रहे, बट बिग पापा को भी नेड लॉन्चर से एलिमिनेट करे। नेड लॉन्चर इज 2 OP।
यूके गेमर्स के प्लेयर्स अभी भी सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं। स्लेयर की बात के सामने के साइड पे विंसेंट जो शॉट कनेक्ट करते हुए नजर आएंगे। डैमेज दिया तो जरूर बिल्कुल भी पता नहीं कि पीछे से इनको शॉट कनेक्ट हो रहा है। अभी भी ग्लू वॉल का थोड़ा सा कवर है तो सही, बट बीस्ट को यहां पे डाउन कर दिया गया। बट इसी के साथ ज्ञान आर्मी विद दैट नेट लॉन्चर आयुष खात्मा करेंगे ज्ञान आर्मी का। एलबीएस वर्सेस यूके गेमर 2 प्लेयर सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं। 11 की बात के डाउन है आयुष, 3 किल के साथ है उनके पास। इस वक्त जाएगा एसपीडी कवर में है तो सही, बट दोनों प्लेयर जोन के बाहर। एक और गॉड, इसी के साथ एलबीएस पहले मैच में बोया निकालते हुए मोनिश।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and gamers of all ages. Today, I welcome you to the day 2 of Playoffs 3 in Qualcomm Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Open presented by Qualcomm. This is me, Dinkar Chaudhary, and with me, I have my very good friend and my co-caster for the day, Arun, aka Arka.
Thank you so much, Dinkar. What a day it had been yesterday. And yesterday doesn't seem to end in my mind where those grenade launchers, the kaboom of grenade launchers, those fast attacks off the vectors, and some MP40s playing over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to put forward one point for you in case you guys want to say us something. You can find us on our socials. You can find me on caster.arka, and you can find Dinkar at...
I am Dinkar. So that's it for that. But right now, if you talk about the games that we have had on day 1, it was amazing. We did expect a lot of competition and a lot of quality play coming in from these players just because these were playoffs 3. And among those thousands of teams, these are just 72 teams that we have chosen. So we did expect that. But right now, it's about the prize pool that they are fighting for. 50 lakh rupees in total coming into play. First place gets 20 lakh. Second place gets 8. And third place gets 5 lakh.
Yes, and so fourth, we have the fourth with 4, 3, 2, and it goes on like that until we come to the special prize of 3 lakh rupees. But one thing which you all have to observe is the first and second place have a difference of 12 lakhs, which means that if you've not got that 1 point, you'll be losing those 12 lakhs.
Yeah, and it all comes down to those points that are going to actually put on those results. First place going away with 20 points. Second place goes away with 17. Third place goes away with 15. So you look at those, point difference. First place and second place, it's just a difference of 3 points. But if you talk about the prize pool, there is a difference of 12 lakhs. So each point, you can actually weigh that down. But I guess at the end of the day, all that matters is that kill point, which comes into play. Because if you remember, last time Raven was coming in, and even if they were not going away with those booyahs, their kill points, they were always putting them on the top of every team that they were playing. So that was amazing coming in from them. These teams, they know the weightage of those kill points, and today also I guess it will carry a lot of weight.
Very much. So looking for those kills to come in as of today. There's one thing for sure. Yesterday's team showed us what a caliber of Free Fire player will actually have when he steps into the pro level, and there were a lot of new strategies which came up. There were a lot of new guns which came into play as well. Name me one such player's name. I know the name which has already popped up in all our head, but still I just want to listen to his name yet again. Name me one player who stood out for you yesterday.
I mean, it's going to be Vishnu Charan, without a doubt. The kind of play he has shown, I guess, even if his team was playing so well, but Vishnu Charan was going away with all that spotlight by the kind of play he was showing. Talking about the schedule for the day, it's going to be Group 3 that is going to come in. We are starting with Bermuda, then to Kalahari, and then to Bermuda. So these are going to be the 3 maps that these teams are going to play for. But yesterday, there were a lot of disparities coming into play when you talk about the points table as well. Because if you talk about the first group, I guess the threshold was 37 to 40 points for them. But if you talk about the second group, it was around 60 points. So that shows you that it's not just you doing the hard work, it's not just you playing well, but it also depends on the other group mates that are playing with you and the kind of play they have shown. If a team is going away with a lot of points, which happened in Group 1 where the top 2 teams were dominating completely, so it allowed the other team to even if they have less points, they can still relax, and that's what happened in Group 1. But Group 2 was totally different. I mean, they were 50 points, 60 points, 70 points, and it was very close when it came to that group.
Yes, let's look at the matchup of today's gameplay, as we'll be looking back at who are the best of the 2 of yesterday later on. It's going to be Team D73, Exedius, Team Mayhem, Crust 11, Crust X Icon, sorry. And then we have Pushers Esports, The Four Confused,
Kasukabe, TN Blasters, GZ Army, The Big Giants, Silent Loud, and Team Universe. Seeing a lot of familiar faces there. I guess GZ Army, there'll be a lot of support coming in for them as well. But let's see if they will be able to actually move up and if they will be able to live up to the expectations. But, all these teams, they have performed so well in the playoffs too, and I guess that's the main reasons that they are here. But only top 3 can move into the next phase. So talking about the league stage, if you want to go in there, you need to be in top 3, and that's what matters here. And we saw that it was just 1 point differentiating the team at the 3rd spot and 4th spot yesterday. So that can happen today as well, just because of the kind of influence these teams carry.
Yes, the 2 big names for me of yesterday were obviously Vishnu Charan's team, which came up,
LBS,
and Team LBS, a little bit of swag, the way they played. It's not about Vishnu Charan always, I believe. It is also about Big Daddy give that opening. Big Papa who was giving him that opening to
and happy with the support.
Yeah, so they were coming in, giving those support for him. They made sure that they hold off anybody else who's trying to knock him when he's going for the grenade launchers. On the other end, we had the X Factors.
Yep. I mean,
so X Factors IND,
the Dawn 2, Dawn D2 was one person who also played a lot with the grenade. Even though he did not have the grenade launchers, he had the presence of mind where he could come in from one side, put up a grenade. He knew that there'll be a cover wall which is coming up, a glue wall. Then he rotated around or went through the house coming on the other side, and then put up another grenade, which was like, you know, it was like surprise out of nowhere, and it took down a lot of team. So X Factor also had players who did support Dawn as well. So it was a complete teamwork, and we all know that such kind of teamwork is always required in Free Fire. One other team which stood out for me was the way they came in as the Kings.
Yep, Kings also.
The way they got selected.
Yeah, if you talk about them, the kind of gameplay they show, it's always based on the the ranking points.
Yeah.
They always try to survive till the end and then take those fights which actually become necessary in the end games. You cannot avoid those fights. So they actually feed on the good rotation that their IGL come up with, and because of that only, if you look at the disparity between the ranking points and kill points, and if you compare that with other teams who have qualified, it's a totally different play. I was looking at that yesterday, and I was really surprised with the playoffs 2 result as well. If you compare that as well, it was them staying alive till the end and then going away with those kills. Even if the damage was done by someone else, they were very quick to take those last shots and go away with those kills. At the end of the day, what matters is the kind of kill points and ranking points you have got, and not how you have got them. So Kings, if they are making the cut, that's it. You don't need to worry much about other things, as we are going down to the first game of the round 3, group 3 coming up on our screens. It's going to be Bermuda.
Yes, let's look at the flight path. It's almost dissecting to the center, but a little bit towards the western side, which you have always seen in this tournament. But I love the blue zone formation on the graveyard. Graveyard is a place where you don't have too much of compound to loot for, but the blue zone falling on it will make sure that most of the players of one team will get a lot of loot under one roof itself. So apart from that, we can see no more clusters happening. Apart from Peak, there are 2 teams, and Pochinok as well as Mill, if I'm not wrong.
Yep.
Factory. Yes, Factory, and there are some teams as well. Looking forward for those early skirmishes for sure. And as we speak about the skirmish, it's already happened over here between T5 and T1. As we can see that Confused has come in. The Force Confused have already started to create some confusion in the hearts of their enemies.
Yeah, Anurag is a little low on health. Tron is getting a few shots connected on him as well, but I don't think that will be a full-fledged fight, just because the players from Team 5, they are on the edges. One of the players is already looking to fall back. Maybe he's looking for an external angle, but Zenthos, he's having a very good angle right now. As soon as the players from Team 5 they expose themselves, they'll be paying the price for it. Both these teams, they are still firm and standing, and I didn't expect this kind of early fight coming up, but that's going to be the first knock coming in from Confused. He's looking for that confirmation, and in the process of that, he might just have given away his kill, as he's down to 123 health points. He's the only player who's trying to rush in right now. The health points are low. He'll get taken out, but the backup, it's arrived at the right time.
Yes, it's the backup which has arrived over here, but I see Insane is trying to go through the wall. He's trying to go through the hard way in rather than rotating and taking it an easy one. He takes Divyakar, takes out another player. He confirms it as well. It's the Crush who are dominating over here. Gets taken down as well. It's Lee who's coming in from behind, but won't be able to connect much of shots. That means Crushed Icons are going to be the ones who's going to open the scoreboard with 4 kills in their pocket. And look at the distribution of kills. Each of them have, contributed so equally that each of them have carrying only 1 point each. I mean, 1 kill each.
The 4 Confused going out very early this time, as we are seeing an early fight between MYM, Mayhem, and Teammate as well. Let's see how that fight pans out, as MYM is looking for a fallback. And, they're looking for a bullseye here, but if you talk about Teammate, they were looking for that blue zone to come up and give them loot. And I don't think Teammate has an early sight over the players of Team 7, but as soon as they come in to these compounds, and they'll know that, yeah, these compounds are already looted, so that will be an indication for them that, yes, there was a team here. And I guess after that, they'll change their rotation. But coming down to the fight that happened in Peak, I guess one of the players, he was completely annihilated by the other team, and that's why his whole team had to come up with that backup. I really appreciate that, because sometimes you want to just fall back, and whenever these kinds of fight happens, it's about either falling back or giving the right kind of backup. And even if the result was not in their favor, I really like the intent and the aggression coming in from the other side.
Yeah, but it's always about sticking together, In the previous match, if they had stuck together, if they had made sure that they stick together, like how, the team of Kaku did, Kasu did.
Yep.
Probably they were the team who took them out.
No, it was Crust Esports actually.
Yeah, Crust
Crust
Esports.
Icons.
The way they were able to stay together and make sure they revive one another and then go in for those shots. They did make use of the agent's ability, Chrono's ability really well when they were reviving as well. So one player down, it's going to be a 4v3 situation no matter how strong you are, and that will always affect you. So on the other end, we have at Pochinki, there's one team which is peacefully looting right now, and this one ridge at Bhima Sakti Strip can expose a lot of players. GZ Army, the one team we are looking out for, just because of the experience they carry, just because of the performance they've shown previously. GZ Army have always come up with those limited amount of damage from each player. They're not going to use their lead unwantedly. They've made sure that they use only 800 damage each, but they carry up to 4 kills per head.
Yeah, and
In the previous match, they had almost 12 kills. I
Yeah.
mean, a team alone. So I think that shows their caliber with the Booyah.
yeah, if you talk about GZ Army, I really like the backup coming in from them.
Oh.
They took a very risky move when they were trying to come in. All the 4 players were at 4 different compounds, but that allowed them to loot completely. And now, since the farming has been done, they are completely united with each other. And on top of that, even if they are united, you could see the kind of angles they are holding. Not all the 4 players are holding one angle. They have Team 10 in sight, and you can already see them going in for those fights. But TN Blasters, they are one of those teams in the playoffs as well. They were very aggressive. They went in for those fights. Unfortunately, they lost out on a couple of players early. That hampered their way, but that didn't stop them from moving into the playoffs tree. So they know that there is a price to those early fights. Devesh has a player in sight, and that MA2B, that can actually do a lot of damage, as we still have 11 teams alive. And GZ Army, they are coming back in a very good manner. They are making sure that, there is a defense. Yes, they are trying to hold those places, but on top of that, they are not giving the upper hand to the TN Blasters.
Yes, that's the best thing about GZ Army, They literally taunt the opposition to burn all their resources. They make sure that they connect 1 or 2 shots and they start to run into the zone because they're so confident that the opponents won't connect the shots to them, and most of the resources gets burnt, and eventually at the end they'll be having the biggest laugh of the whole game, and eventually they'll be dominating throughout the game as well. So Team 3 on the other end are trying to, cross the that small bridge. They want to have a rotation as well. I'm looking for that shift of zone where everybody gets challenged by the zone as well as the players, so that those early skirmishes can decrease the burden on us as the game progresses.
Yeah, and look at Team 1 right now. They are looking for rotation. Team 3 is also going in, and Team 2 coming in from the other side. We might just see a 3-away fight coming in here, as the shots are already coming in. These teams, now they are aware that, yes, there are a lot of teams around here, and those shots, it's all about holding the right locations, holding the right compounds, and on top of that, not allowing the other team to rush in. Because yesterday we saw, even if LBS is a very good team, they have a very good gun game, but even they were not able to hold out on that compound just because the grenade game was just too good coming in from the other side. We saw that yesterday, but let's see if we will have a same picture today as well, as team number 9. They have a good hold over those houses, but team 3, they are looking for those high grounds. They are looking for those high ridges. It's just about that first knock that is going to act as a catalyst for these rushes, which can come at any point, because since this is all, even if we have seen these few minutes coming up, but we have only lost 1 team till now. We still have 43 players and 11 teams alive, and these 4 teams, even if they're in a very close proximity, they know from where to rotate, and that's why they have been able to avoid all these fights.
Probably that is what I would also like to speculate. But one thing is for sure, Bhima Sakti Strip can bring out a lot of resources out of you. And we have seen that happen earlier. The same compound you were referring to, where they couldn't hold back and X Factor came out with the grenade game. It was a little better than the others because it was cooked properly and executed properly from the X Factors, especially Dawn. But today, I think most of the teams will be avoiding, trying to go in the open, because yesterday's game has taught a lot of people that you need to hold the compounds, you need to stay inside one place and also cover the windows, so that there's no funny grenade which is coming up inside and executing almost 2 to 3 players of yours. And if that does happen, then it's going to be the rush of scavengers who's going to come and take you out. Bhima Sakti Strip could be the next place to contest, as team number 1, 3 and 9 are very close proximities. But I don't know why they're still not engaging. As we all know, these skirmishes are not going to produce much of the winners. As we were speaking about it as well, team 3 has already started to engage with team number 1.
Yeah, and this is a fight for the center, I guess. And if you talk about this drop itself, it was GZ Army who took this drop first. And then I guess they predicted this. Yes, there are going to be a lot of teams who will come in. So that's why they started to rotate towards the other side. And now they are playing from the edges. They are trying to take down the other teams. Crust Icons, they have had a very good start, but they need to continue with this momentum going into the next few circles, if you ask me. Because Divakar, he's very low on health right now. And in the last fight as well, as soon as he got a knock, I felt that maybe he was being a little bit overconfident. He started to move in, and he was taken down. It put in an extra bit of pressure on Crust Icons, but they were very good to come back, and it was their numbers that saved them. Because that fight, it would have gone either ways. If the backup arrived at the right time for the other squad, they would have went away with that actually 4 kills as well. But right now, GC Army, they if you look at them, they were in the Bhima Sakti strip, but it's the predictions that are saving them right now. Because the kind of cluttering that is happening at the Bhima Sakti strip right now, I don't think a lot of teams will come out unharmed from that location, because there is a lot of cluttering happening there. On the other side, if you talk about the zone itself, let's see if we'll be having a central shift again, because that's what I expect, since a lot of teams are already inside the zone. MYM coming in from the other side, the zone takes a little northwestern shift, but it is not going to harm any of the teams, because Team 6, Team 11, I don't think they are going to go in a linear path. They'll try to rotate from the factory side, and on the other hand, MYM, I expect them to come in from the northern side, but let's see if that actually happens.
GZ Army on the other end will be the first players to have some contact, where on the other end we have the XCDS right now pouring all in. I think team number 1 is in huge trouble, because they're sandwiched between team 3 and 4 as well. I'm looking forward for those shots, those backup shots which going to come and help team 1 revive themselves. On the other end, we are seeing the watchtowers are also being taken by team number 4. That one key point for team number 4 has always helped out. Whoever have controlled the watchtowers have always come out either in the top 3 or have had enough number of kills. Team SL, they're counting. They're making sure that every lead counts.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Crust Icons, they have already lost out on 2 of their players, and I could feel that kind of adrenaline rush in them, and they were always looking for this fight. They are going to lose out on 2 of the players as Team 4. They have situated themselves really well. Silent Loud is one of those teams that I have my eyes on, and now they have Team T and Blasters in sight. Let's see if they can make the best out of it.
Yeah, Silent Lords, as I was speaking, I just 2 minutes back, I did explain about them holding this one part of the watchtower, but one vulnerable spot of the watchtower will be the high ridge in front of them, because in case 1 or 2 players will be able to connect those shots and get those headshots against them, the other 2 cannot rotate around and try to help and save them, I think that'll be a bit of an issue. TN Blasters on the other end takes a wide decision. They're going to rotate away, a little away from factory and from clock tower. They're also coming up with a new strategy of holding up the rest, the other left out watchtowers.
Yeah, and we did expect this. I mean, if you talk about Team 10, Team Blasters, they had to rotate from the factory side, and I didn't expect for them to go linearly. But right now, Team 3, they have a good compound to the name, but this compound is a double-edged sword, according to me. If a team is able to rush in on you and close in on the distance, it will be very hard to defend this compound. But if you can actually stop that team from coming in, and if you can create an opening from a distance, that would allow you to be safer for a long time. But the kind of eyes that are set on this compound, Team 4 coming in from one side, Team 1 coming in from the other, it can be a very hard battle. But I'm really excited about Bhima Sakti right now. 3 to 4 teams here, but still no fights taking place.
I would love to see the fights happen anytime soon, because in case they do not, me and you are going to have huge troubles at the end of the map, because there's going to be a lot of bodies falling. We won't be able to take the people through what all is been happening until and unless each person has their own favorites, and they'll be looking out for that favorite team, not on the death side, but on the blowing side, which is going to happen. But the factory is still inside zone, and team number 6 are making the best use of it. Team 11 on the other end, the big giants with only 3 players trying to take those long rotations into the factory. Probably if they get spotted by team 6, they're going to be easy meat, chewable meat for them, and once they're chewed, they're gone for good out of this tournament, because early points are really important in this game.
Yeah, if you look at GZ Army, they started from the Bhima Sakti strip in the center, but now they are located at the eastern side of the circle, as the next circle will be popping in a little while. That takes a central shift, and now the team's already inside the circle. I guess Team 4 must be the happiest team here. Team 11 getting a lot of damage done to them by the circle, but they still have a lot of time to move in. But Team 10, they'll be gatekeeping for them.
I know, but GZ Army, I think, will be the best team with the best spot right now, because they do not have anybody for their backstab as well. But as you were speaking about team number 4 having the best spot, it's also one of the most vulnerable spot when it comes to this game, because there are enemies surrounded all around, and if you come out in the open, they would want to steal your kill immediately, so that they have at least 2 points in the pocket to fight out in the next two rounds.
Yeah, and the big giants locking only 3 people here, and that too outside the circle. It looks like a very hard way for them, a very difficult path for them. But let's see how they deal with that as Team 9. They're holding a very good compound. Team Mayhem, they have been here for a long time now, but we have not seen any kind of fights happening as of now. But since the zone will start to push in, Team 7, they'll have to move in down range. And I guess in that process, they'll be spotted. But it's Clock Tower where the fights are happening right now. Team 10 trying to move in. TN Blasters from Factory, they have moved in towards Clock Tower. So that's a very long rotation they have taken. But that too is not actually allowing them to have a comfortable path, as they have been spotted. A lot of shots coming in from Yahi. Will he take down Devesh? No, actually Devesh survives. I don't know how he survived, but yeah, he's going to survive for a little longer as of now.
This is the best part about Team TN, you know. Oh, Devesh gets taken down with the AWM, if I'm not wrong, and immediately Stoner comes in for the help. But I don't know how long they'll be able to do it. TN are very well known to take that fight and then start to run. The agent abilities are all about dashing out, you know, and they make sure that they use their crouch and the there's one more ability which they can use, you know, to lie down on the floor. I'm really sorry, it's not coming on my mouth right now. But they use it so well and they control the compound so well. I think that'll be the best to see over there.
Yeah, as Team 7 trying to rush in, it's MYM versus P, which is happening. Saurabh gets one onto Marvel. That's going to be the first knock coming in. Nilanj also trying to rush in as the zone is pushing both these teams. Zone acting as a third party here. Nilanj trying to move in. Wells goes for the shot on Neeraj. Unfortunately, not able to connect so well. Neeraj, now Ninja actually has his own advantage to his name. Blast also trying to move in. Singh will get one onto Arin. This is an all-out brawl. Saurabh gets one, but he is spotted. But look at that glue wall placement at the exact moment to protect him for a little bit more time.
Yes, I know, but MAYHEM right now is not having much of a trouble. But in case most of them get surrounded around them, it'll be a problem. Pushers were all four in, and then comes Ninja out of nowhere. He becomes the catalyst for the team. Even though he was not playing much over there, he did take out most of them. TN Blasters on the other end, losing Devesh. Stoner, Suri, and TNB are all still together. They're all going in. They just won those early kills from team number 12, who are right now throwing some grenades, trying to avoid those early skirmishes. Let's see who's going to be taken down early on in this game.
Tamil Suri with a double vector won't be able to do much damage. Stoner is very low health. TNB Gaming YT is struggling with those points as well. Govodu will get one. Arin will get the confirmation on Singh. That's a shutdown coming in. Stoner and Suri keeping the team alive for their team, but it's Scout who is doing much of the damage. He's still surviving with that vector. It's a 1v3. Can Scout pull it off? It's not going to happen, as Scout is struggling with those health points. That still remains a 1v3. Shanku coming in from the other side will act as a third party here. Scout gets one. TNB Gaming YT and Suri, oh my god, Suri coming in with that jump shot from the other side will take down one of the players, but it's still not over for I guess it is TN. Yes, this is what I was talking about. Team 11 coming up with the third party.
Yes, Team 11 coming up with the third party, but both the players have very low on health. I think TN is going to dominate over here, but couldn't connect those shots properly. Because of it, Team TN is going down. On the other end, we have the Team Universal right now, who have stolen 2 kills, and they're very much safe at this point of time. They would want to come in with those, you know, AR guns or the vectors, as most of them have been using that. I saw only one grenade launcher being used by Team TN, but they aren't alive anymore. So this could be a little bit of a problem for them. We see that only 3 teams have 4 players left, and GZ Army having 4 kills and 1 player down as well. So this can bring out a new outcome in this game as well. Let's look forward for it.
Yeah, Team Universe and XGDS, they still have 4 men standing, so they can change the outcome of the game. But GZ Army, 4 kills and 3 players to their name teammate. They came in as a 4th party in that fight, which actually gave them a kill. But the Chrono Shield is going to protect them for a little while as the fight is breaking out here as well. Estro with that shotgun will get Ninja, and that's going to be end of some more teams, as we are down to 4 teams and 15 players struggling outside the circle. And I guess there is only one team inside the zone, but Izan, he's throwing out those shots as we are seeing a knock, but the confirmation, I don't think it's going to arrive. And now the fight for the zone will start. The run for the zone will start. Let's see who gets the best of it.
Kamarot just grenaded himself with the grenade launcher. I don't know how good that is going to be. On the other end, we can see that the GZ Army is right now making it into the fight. They want some kills. They are hungry for some kills. On the other end, we have Silent Cloudly, who are actually doing most of the work silently. They have seen team number 8 is going to fight against the zone as well. So they're dominating as much as possible. They've got almost 4 kills in the pocket, making it 5. Probably they can execute and make it 6 as well. On the other end, we have team number 3, who are also trying to, you know, have a complete eye on whatever is happening over here, as we are left out with only 3 teams left, and most of them are not the well-known teams we know till now.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. XZDS, they only had 1 kill just a while ago, but Blue, he might just be the last. Yeah, he was the last player, and he's going to go around as well, as Estro will get that confirmation. But now we are down to a 4v4 fight. We're team 4. All the players are situated in that watchtower. They have the high ground, but it's team 3 who are looking for those knocks. The rush is coming in from the players of team 4, silently loud. They have been very silent throughout the game, but now they are rushing in. Now they are making the noise. Shazzy with that rush will Will he take the first player as the glue wall comes up from both the sides?
Yes, team number 3 are trying to distribute themselves. They have some different kind of gameplay which is happening over here. 3 of them are trying to stick into the zone. I don't know who's going to go in first, but team 4, I love the way they're coming in. They're all in all different directions. They're trying to hold off team 3 from getting into the zone. Let's see how far they can hold off. And they did hold off as Razak comes off with the last shot of shotgun. And this could be one of the best executed booyahs I've ever seen strategically in the game of Free Fire until, I don't know, until today.
Yeah, Silently Loud going away with that booyah with 8 kills. So that's going to give them a total of 36 points. Amazing coming in from Silently Loud. And the kind of, distribution they had 4 kills and they moved in at the right time. They knew that if they can force the other team, if they can keep them outside of the circle for a little longer, the zone is going to give them a lot of damage. And even if they make it into the circle, the bullets are still going to come in from Silently Loud. So that was a very quick decision making. And after that, not only the decision making, but the execution of the plan, it was just amazing from them. Silently Loud going away with that booyah.
Yes, and you guys can also go away with some diamonds as you're sitting at your home. All you have to do is type Conquest, give a space and put your UID and spam it in the chat. And I'll give you one more hack, life hack coming over here. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel so that you have a chance to earn more of those diamonds. 1060 diamonds coming in your way. Guys, go ahead and look forward for it. One thing I want to share with you. Did you see that all those big names, which is D73, GZ Army, and then we have the big giants, none of them were there in the final circle?
Yeah, and we'll be seeing that in the highlights as well as of now. GZ Army, I guess they went out at 4th position. If I'm not wrong, they only had 2 to 3 players standing at the end. And even if they got 4 players early, that was still that, it came with the cost of 1 player going out very early for them that actually made the play. But Singh, he was really good here with those shots. He connected a lot of shots on Team 6. And it is, I guess this was the beginning of the end for Team 6.
I know Crust, even though they were gone early on the 9th position, but Crust had most of the kills. They had around 6 to 7 kills in their pocket. The big giants on the other end, they concentrated too much on TN that they did not see Silent Loudly on the sniper tower. As I had predicted, ladies and gentlemen, I've told that if you hold that watchtower, if you know that positioning, if you know how to play in that watchtower, this is what's going to happen. And that is how Silent Loudly had done it throughout the game.
Yeah, and it was very quick coming in from Razak as well. If you look at that synergy play there, they sent in 2 players in front so that they can put up those glue walls and they can stop the other players from moving in. At the same time, Razak was not doing that. Razak was trying to move out of all that skirmish that was happening, all those wars that were happening, and he knew that he had complete if you talk about his belief on his teammates, he knew that they'll be stopping him, so that's why he started to move back. But right now it's time for MVP, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's someone from Silent Loud. Yeah, it's going to be Vicky13 coming up as the MVP. 4 kills, 2,265 damage, and a very well-deserved MVP going for him. But if top 5 players come up, who do you think? Can we have someone? I know the team Crust, they got out early, but can we have one of them in the top 5?
I think we can see them as well. I think we can see someone from GZ Army as well, Silent Loudly as well. I think 1 or 2 players of Silent Loudly will be there. As we were speaking about the last shotgun which he was using, he exactly knew to stay away from the team so that he knows that when the last player is coming in, he's going to be low on HP as well, and he can connect those shots as we had predicted. And most of our predictions have come out true, except for this one where we have Silent Loudly and Team Mayhem and XCDS.
Yeah, Crust Icon.
Well. We had
Crust as well.
Crust Icon we had predicted, so they've come as well. So most of this MVP is only based on kills and not about anything else. And we can see that over here, Crust Icon, Silent Loudly have 4 kills each. That means they have done most of the work for the team, and they are the people who are going to carry the team into the next round.
Yeah, and even if I had someone from Crust in the mind, the kind of fight that they first took, it was just 1-1-1 kill going to each of those players. So even if I was kind of sure that one of the players from Crust Icons is going to come up, I still had a little bit of doubt in my mind just because of the kind of workload management they have done. It's not just one player carrying the complete team, it is just the complete team play that comes up. I would have loved to see them in top 5. That would have been a totally different fight, but still the kind of fight that was put up by both these teams in the last, if you talk about that 4v4 fight, it's the best that it can get. You have 4 players on both the sides. There is no number advantage. There was no zone advantage to any of the teams as well. Both of the teams were on the edge of the circle. They were, evenly distributed. And then it was all about the strategies, the synergy, and the execution of the plans. And it was just perfect from Silently Loud. And they went away with that booyah and those points as well. It's going to ease the tension in that camp right now for the next 2 games. But they can still, they still cannot sit back, because we saw that yesterday, 60 points. Gyanami. It was a shocker yesterday, even if they had very 2 good games. But third game was not so good and they went out.
Yeah, I know. It was the X Factor who came in on the final match. So guys, if you're looking at a team like X Factor IND was able to execute 30 kills just by 15 kills, and that is 30 points and another 20 points or something like that. Or probably they took down 10 kills and then they had a 20 pointer on the placement points. They can come in huge, and looking forward at the points table over here, Silent Loudly with 8 kills bringing them 36 points. XCT is right behind them, and behind them is Team Universe. I did not read much of Team Universe. Probably they're being played a little defensive for sure. And then comes the GZ Army with the third highest, or the, oh my god, look at Crust Icon.
Yep, they got 7 kills, so that's 14 points coming in from just kills, but 4 points coming in from ranking, so they are sitting at 6 points right now. But since they have 18 points, they can go in well in the next game. They can take a risk and maybe just pimp the other squads who are on the top. XCD played really well, but if you talk about Team Universe, they were kind of slow to come up in the last few circles, and there was a team who was just hiding behind a rock. All the 3 players, team number 8 I guess it was, who were playing on the edges. That was team that was team 8. Team Universe actually. And at the end they had I guess Silently Loud from one side, from the southern side, and there was one team on the north side as well, and Exilius on the northern side. So they had no options, I guess. They started to move when the circle was pushing them. They had only one good thing that they would have done is to give away their kill to the play zone instead of giving those points to the opponents, because there was no way they were going to make into the circle. Even if you have a lot of glue walls, you have to move in. At the same time, you have to put in a glue wall on the northern side, then to the southern side, then again move in. Then it will take a lot of resources, timing, and quick thinking. And I guess it was just too much to ask from the single player.
Yes, I know that is going to be a little bit of a tough for the timing as well. But the second map which is coming up right now is going to be Kalahari, where the glue walls is not going to matter much as long as you have some good gun power. If you're able to take those frontal battles properly, if you're able to go in and take those enemies down. And let me tell you guys, as far as what I've seen, GZ Army is most powerful in Kalahari than any other map I've seen them play. So looking forward for that one thing out of GZ Army as well. I'm not going to neglect the other teams who are playing, because Silently Loud. Yeah, Silently Loud. Literally, they were so silent, but everybody knew that the gunshots were coming out from somewhere, and then eventually they took it out as well. So I know the other teams would have strategized something else for Kalahari as well, but we have that one team, probably team with 7 kills. No, 7 kills. Team Crust. So they'll look out for placement points this time.
Yeah, let's see if they can come up, and if that's a mix-up of both the things coming up, that will be even better for them, as teams have already started to move over Refinery. We have talked about Refinery a lot of times, that it gives you a bird's eye view of the complete compound. I talked about Refinery a lot of times, that it gives you a bird's eye view of the complete compound, as teams have already started. The one thing is different from yesterday. Yesterday I saw a lot of teams going in for the center early, but this time teams are actually choosing to go towards the the edge locations.
Then we see a cluster form at Confinement, and it's not 1 or 2. Between Confinement and Council Hall, we have almost 4 players. 4 teams coming in. So this could be a bit of a skirmish which is happening. Also at Santa Catarina, we have one more teams happening over there. Funkytron comes up with the first exchange against Mayhem, and Mayhem might be losing their first player, and that could be the first blood which is coming up. Ninja comes in for the backup, but gets taken down. It's the deadly MP40 which is coming into play, and eventually gets cleared out by the shotgun. I just love the way I love this combo where you have XM8, which is so powerful, then you have a shotgun to clear things off. I think Funnytron exactly knows what his guns are, and he's slowly making it inside the zone, making it crossover from there. They want to make sure that they chase down the enemy before they go in for more loot. I just love this gameplay altogether.
Yeah, I love the game awareness. Well, they they knew that, you know, where the other rush was coming in, where the other fallback was coming on, and now they have already started to rush in. And if you talk about Team Mayhem, they are down to the last two that we are seeing right now, as Team 8 will start to rush in onto the players of Team N. Team 10, it's very hard to actually avoid fights in Kalahari in the early phase of the game, just because we have very less named locations coming up, as Stoner will try to rush in. There are a few players from Team 8 coming in, but the shotgun isn't going to be enough to get that knock. He goes in, but it's too much of the numbers coming into play, as it's going to be Team 8 starting off well in this one.
I don't know why Stoner did not go in for that proper, turn around to take one enemy down, but that will cost TN a lot of things, because right now they'll be confused with 2-player down. They can't pick up the third player as well, where until Universe right now reviving themselves. They know that TN will want to push in with 1 player knocked down. It's Suri who's going to be bleeding out. I don't know whether he'll be able to come on his legs ever again, whereas Gamer is going in all in. It's TC Gamer who's coming all in with the Scar. Devesh is also coming in, but a backup comes in from behind, whereas TNB Gaming YT, who takes down 2 player. It's going to be a 2v2 situation. It's going to happen over here, where Gaming YT will take out 1 more player. Let's look forward for what is left out on this fight.
TNB Gaming YT saving the day for his team, as right now, as Gamer YT will get that confirmation on to Suri as well. Team Universe, they started off well, but unfortunately the momentum is not going in their favor. A few shots coming in from Gamer YT again, and it's going to be Blue who will be taken out. Another shot coming in. Is TC Gamer going to survive, as it's going to be Devesh on the other side, who's getting the job done for his team. He also needs to come in and get the revival done, and that might actually force him to actually go towards his death, as TNB Gaming YT versus Gamer YT. It's a battle between the 2 players. It's a face-off between the 2 players, but I feel that Devesh might just come in from a different angle and he can change the game completely. I still feel a grenade would be much easier coming in from Devesh, but still, it's the early game that we are seeing right now. I don't think he's having enough utilities with him, as Comrade is looking for a fallback here.
I really love the way Team TN played this off, even though they've lost 2 players, which is a little bit of a stupidity. If Stoner had connected that shot of a shotgun, probably they would have had the higher hand, but I don't know how well it's going to be executed from here. There is Devesh and Gaming YT, TNB Gaming YT right now over here, trying to conquer the last player.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful shot comes in from Car 98 by Devesh. He exactly knew when to use that one, and he used it at the right time, and this will be the last player of, Team TN right now, last 2 players of Team TN right now who's going to be taking those kills.
Yeah, Aaron gets that confirmation, and Shamki also trying to move in into confinement. Team, I guess it's the big giants who are still 4 men standing, moving into the circle. Not much to think about, as Team 11 playing on the edges. That blue wall is going to be an indication for the players of Team 6. Yes, there is a player, and yes, they have already started to take those shots, but unfortunately, they're not going to connect so well, as Aryan holding the other angle might just act as a spoiler for the players of Team 9. Team 6 playing on the edges right now. They still have 4 players standing, but a lot of shots coming in from the other side will mean that Rutvik will plant him at a very good high ground. But yeah, he knows where that last player is.
If Rutvik gets taken down, then it's going to be the end for him, because using those grappler and then going in the higher grounds would be the best thing to do. But it's not going to be the easiest thing for him, as his teammates will not be able to revive him if he gets knocked out at the top. He'll be obviously playing it a little defensive, whereas team number 11 right now taking all those shots from Kasukabe, as most of the players are being targeted by Raju. We have seen what Raju can do with his gun power. Recently he's done it as well. Now the glue wall will be taken down. I don't know how long can Team 11 bear this, as Yahi goes down to Shady.
Yeah, Sherry gets that one, and I guess the confirmation will be arriving anytime. And if a player puts his life on the line for that revival, he might just go down as well. Yes, that's the player coming into play. Let's see if he can get the knock. Yes, the revival has actually arrived from the players of Team 11. So that's a very smart play coming in from them. Now they need to move out of this, because Team 6, they are looking for a rush here. They are looking for a push here. But this push might just act against them, because Comrade, with this angle, he can take down both of the teams, as Shady gets another. Scout OP gets taken out as well. Yahi gets confirmed. That's going to be Team KES getting all those kills. Kasuka BDF off to a very good start.
Look at this, what happened on the other end. It was team number 11. D73 was waiting for that 1 kill, which is going to run towards him. I'm so sorry. It was someone else was trying to wait for that 1 kill against him on the other end, which have HRX right now getting knocked down outside the zone. Not a good news for him. Or did he fall off or something like that? I'm still not sure, but let's see. There's a lot more skirmishes which is going to take place, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere, as we can see that Kasukabe is right now being contested.
Yeah, Kasugabe trying to move out here after getting all those kills. Shady on a very low health, and he has all the players of Team 9 who have their eyes set on him as Shady will try to move out. Hussein still trying to loot this area. Jijaji on the other hand is trying to gain some more information. I guess he has a sight on to Shady, and with the application of that healing, I think that he'll have some more information. And Hussein, yes, that information has already been provided to his squad mates as we are seeing a fight between Team 1 and Team 4. That's going to be a 0 coming into play. Razak will get one. Vicky gets that confirmation onto Singh. Insane has been spotted as well, but the glue wall comes out at the right time to save him. But Razak, this guy is not stopping.
Yes, it's the XM8 which the highest damage. As of now, what we have seen, the way they're able to connect shots. Look at that one player, that one Catalyst who's standing up over there. It is Vicky who's giving the location of everybody. If the scout is taken the higher ground, that means you have eyes all over the place. So eventually, Divakar also gets taken down. I think this could be the end of the team for team number 1. If I was not wrong, it's Team CL who will be taken out as Silent loudly right now slithering right into this game and slowly and silently taking down one team after another.
Yeah, and these two teams, if you talk about Silent Cloud and Crushed Icons, these were the heavy lifters of the last game. And when they collided with each other in the early game, I mean, we knew that one team is going to go out. This time it was Crushed Icons. Unfortunately, they got a little bit of kills in the last game, but unfortunately they were not able to get those ranking points. But this time they're not going to get anything, as Hussein it is, who has that bird eye view from the top, and he's putting that to very good use. Shady on the other hand is struggling with those health points. AK-47 comes up with a grenade. Let's see if he can connect as the glue wall comes out at the right time. Shady, can he get the job done here for his team? They are still 4 men standing. They have 3 kills to the name. So if they win this fight, they might just be one of the heavy teams of this game. But KSR, yes, he's getting the job done. Hussein gets taken out as well.
Yes, it is Shady who might get taken down over here, and he does get taken down with the VSS. That is Jijaji who's doing most of the work for his team right now, but they'll have to run back into the zone where they'll be contested by team number 9. It is Shanku who's over there, who's gatekeeping most of the places. Even he has to make it into the zone, but he's not at all bothered, as one more player of team 6 who's inside the zone would want to take these kills. It is going to be Arya gatekeeping them. It's going to be my enemy's enemy is going to be my friend, obviously.
Yeah, as Team 9 is moving into the circle, Team 11, the last player from Team 11, he's doing a lot of work. You know, he knew that the fight was happening. Then also he didn't fall back because he knew there was a possibility of him getting a kill. So he actually waited for the right opportunity. He got a kill. And now, even if he's rotating with these teams, he has enough information that where these teams are rotating from. So he's putting that information to good use. Even as a solo player, this much of strategy coming in, this means that, you know, all his players, they're acting as his eyes. They are processing all this information that is coming up, and they are making sure that even if they're not in the game, still they want to be in there. As D73, the last player, this is what I was talking about. They have 1 kill to the name, but they need more points here. Team Mayhem, it has gone from bad to worse for them, because the first game, it wasn't just that good for them. And in this game as well, they have lost out on 2 players early, and they're only down to 2 right now as well. So let's see how that pans out for them.
Yes, it's those players who are going to sit at the highest ground using those grappler guns who will be coming into use as well. On the other hand, we have GZ Army coming back to their hometown. It's going to be the refineries as to where they want to dominate at this point of time. The usage of these guns will come of big use. You need to have those kinds of guns which are going to connect mid-range like Parafel, VSS or SVD, or probably 2 snipers such as M28B and AWM. And those teams who are able to execute this kind of loot, this kind of resources, will obviously be having the best time. Over here, Prometh on the other end, they already know Abe is one who's trying to take those shots against team number 3. Not the best spot to be in the lower ground, but I think they're going to play according to the zone and have the best time in this game.
Yeah, actually, you can already see most of the teams playing according to the zone. But even if the map has changed, we can still see teams taking those edge drops, but after that moving towards the center, controlling the center. This is what happened in Bermuda as well, when teams were actually fighting for Bhima Sakti strip. It actually ended in a stalemate where no team was actually able to get those kills, but at the end it all came down, and it's going to be Jijaji again into the picture. He has spotted the last player from Team 11. Will that be the last nail in the coffin coming into play? But you know, that's not going to work out, as this guy, he has a lot of patience, and we saw the display of this patience in the last game as well. But Team 9, I guess they have made the right decision to move in and gatekeep from there. They're not trying to give away anything, as the danger zone will fall on the GZ Army, Exedius as well in the play. But you know, these teams, they are still going to wait, and they're trying to play on the edge of the circle.
Yeah, I just love the way where silently loud people they're able to acquire the best spot in the beginning itself. Even though they had 4 kills, they made sure they played a little defensive right now, get into the zone and then dominate from inside the zone. That's the best for them. Whereas the Giants are right now burning the resources. I don't know how much of resources they're going to have. As we were speaking about it, they started to take in as well. Team TN with one more player down. It's going to be the weight on one complete shoulder of TNB Gaming YT, who will have to carry the team forward.
Yeah, Kasukabe also trying to move it to the circle. They are already in, but I guess they want to have a comfortable position, as Joker will get one on to Devesh. TNB Gaming YT, if you talk about them, it has been a topsy-turvy way for them. Even if they are able to get those kills, they lose out on a couple of players early, and then it's a battle of survival for them rather than winning that game. So the same thing happened in Clock Tower in the last game as well, and the same thing is happening as TNB Gaming YT has been spotted. God Joker actually not having the best sights, so that's why I guess he didn't go for those shots. But again, the zone is pushing him to move in, as Sujal will also try to move in. Gaming YT on the other hand, he's waiting patiently, but at any moment he can go down. Yes, it's going to be Gaming YT taken out early. That's going to be the end of TN Blasters as well. TN Blasters, one of the top teams from playoffs too, and they are going out early in each of the games they have played.
Yes, it's team number 9 who will be coming very close proximity with team number 12 at this point of time. It's the Pushers versus team number 9, which is going to happen, which is going to give a little bit of an opening for the others, as team number 3 Yash has been spotted. I don't understand why they're shooting against those shields, which is not going to come of much use. This will what will happen if you're taking the center part of the zone. You might get attacked from all different directions, and you have to make sure that you have enough resources like glue walls and chrono shields to protect yourself, so that once you have that final circle forming up, you'll have enough gunpowder to take them out. Where team number 3 right now, Izan is the one who's taking all the bullets from the opposites.
Yeah, and experience is actually being shown by players of Team 3. Look at them. They have how well they have positioned themselves. Astro coming in from one end, Yash on the other. So they have 360-degree view here. But can they put that to good use? Is their gunpowder enough to actually take those kills away as Team Mayhem? It has been, I would say, a below average day for them. And is the same thing is being continued here as they are struggling outside the circle. And Rag goes down. It's going to be silently loud again, playing very loudly as Jijaji will try to go into the players of Team Kasukabe. Kasukabe, they already have a lot of kills. They just need those ranking points here as the fight is about to start. A grenade here can get the job done, whereas Blast will get one again. The four confused also going out.
Yes, it's the big Giants who are right now taking out most of the players. I can see that the big Giants are playing a little offensive even though they're down with 3 people. I just love that kind of gameplay coming from them, but so silently loud. Look at the way they're making sure every team pays over here. They're just counting and counting, and once you get aggressive, and you get to know the momentum of that aggressiveness, then you can only kill those counts, which is going to keep coming in. But I don't know how well will while silently loud be able to take down Mayhem, because Mayhem, it's going to be 2 teams they'll be facing off right now. Even though it's going to be a 2v4 situation, if they get taken down early on, then it'll be a big issue for them for sure.
Yeah, most of the teams are struggling outside the circle as well, so we'll try to move on to the players of Silently Loud as Razak will try to heal in. They're not that far away from the circle, so that's the only positive thing right now. But given the fact that team number 9 is gatekeeping for them, that can act as a spoiler, as Nilanj will get one on to the players of Exceedus. So suddenly Exceedus is going down. This is what I was talking about. Even if they had very good angles, it will take a very good gunpowder to hold those locations well, as Vicky will try to move in with those grenades. Shazzy has been taken out early. They have 7 kills to the name, and they have their eyes set on the players of Mayhem. But this is still the fight for the circle. The glue walls are disappearing. God Joker, he's having a very good angle as well. Let's see if he can get a few kills here.
Yeah, but I want to see the lower part of this terrain where we have the GZ army who's controlling everything. On the other end, team number 3, bot from team number 3 is right now taking most of the lead on his body. I don't know whether he has the capability of holding it off as well. Blast will be taking his last breath into the game, as we see that the Gaudru is coming into play right now. Gaudru connects 1 or 2 shots. He puts up the early glue wall. He's able to execute it. Saurabh takes off, cooks some good grenade. Can Gaudru be taken out? No, he knows exactly what he's doing over there. It's going to be the GZ army right now contesting against team number 12.
Oh, no.
Gaudru just falls down, and he sees that team number 12 is right in front of him, and he heals up, and with that shotgun he takes down a player as well. And this is what the GZ army are actually capable of, as we see that they're getting contested. by Team Soul Silently at this point of time.
Yeah, AK-47 still surviving the last breath of his team. He's looking for those players, but unfortunately not able to find any. But it's going to be one of the players from I guess Big AK-47 getting that confirmation. The last player coming in, but Silently Loud, they're still alive in this game. We still have 4 teams and 10 players, but it's going to be Team 12 waiting on the edges, not committing anything. Silently Loud, God Joker, 1v3 situation. Can he get one? He's very low on health, but Saurabh comes in the fight at the other location. It's a 2v2 situation that is coming in. Saurabh, this guy can turn the tables, but it's going to be Moin who will eliminate Pusher Esports at the second spot, and Silently Loud, consecutive booyahs coming in from them.
When you go offensive and you know the momentum, I was speaking before Silent Loud, they got to know how the momentum should be going forward, and they knew that they wanted to take down enemies bit by bit. They wanted those kills. They made sure that they'll go only for the kills and nothing else, because in the first game, they got enough number of kills and the placement points. In the second game, they wanted the kills as well, and by God's grace, they got the placement points as well. And this is going to be that one team which was dominating like yesterday. But I'm looking forward for one team which can come out like X Factors, IND in this game, and they'll give a tough competition in the top 3.
Yeah, it was amazing seeing these teams fight so well. But I really like the patience from the team that came in at the second spot. They were really patient till the end. They waited for the right opportunity. They waited for all the teams in the bottom to fight with each other, and then go in and go away with those placement points. But right now you can go away with those 1060 diamonds as well. You just need to go in the chat. You just need to type Conquest and your UID, and you might just be one of those winners who can go away with the 1060 diamonds. We have 12 winners, I guess, for the day, and that's going to be a total of 13,000 diamonds that you can win.
Yes, I know, and most of them would also want to know that it's important for you to get those daily diamonds giveaways. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel so that you know the next time we're giving a giveaway, you'll be there to grab it as well. Let's look at the highlights over here. The Force confused at the beginning, the way they were dominating. Funkytron was doing the best of what he could. He took down 2 players for sure, and then the TN Blasters, even though losing 2 players, they did want to survive till the end, but gets taken on the way into the final circle.
Yeah, TNB Gaming YT. I mean, they started off well, but it was unfortunate that they had to lose out on a few players, and I guess that was one of the main reasons that they were taken down. But the early demise of Crust Icons, that was something that surprised me, because they were playing so well. I thought they had a very good gunpowder, but they were taken out very early, and then came Silently Loud, and after this they didn't look back.
Yeah, Silently Loud on the other end, they kept on dominating. At this point, I thought Silently Loud would have been the most vulnerable players, as they were all down. They were outside the circle, as you can see. But they dig their way through. They made sure that they're not visible. GZ Army on the other end, they had around 3 to 4 kills, and they got eliminated at this point of time, where Abai was trying to make it into the zone. But I just love the way Saurabh came in. In case he had some kind of a better gun, probably a shotgun or something like that, apart from those vectors, and were able to execute 1 or 2 kills, I think it would have been better, and his name would have been registered as one of those big players in this tournament.
Yeah, but Silently Loud, they were very quick to pick up. As soon as they saw Saurabh coming up, they completely rotated towards the other side. Saurabh was, the reaction time for him was very less, but still he was able to put up that glue wall at the right location to protect himself, but it was not for too long, as it's going to be Moin going away with the MVP from Silent Loud again. It's a new player from Silent Loud. It was a different player from Silent Loud again in the last MVP, so it looks like they are carrying a lot of assaulters in here. 5 kills, 1523 damage, and 2 headshots coming in from him.
Yeah, but the previous player had more than 2000 damage. So this shows that Moin is one player who is going to perform with the least number of bullets shot out and the maximum number of kills he can take in. That means he's the most productive player for his team. Moin was also there in the top 5, if I'm not wrong. Probably I could be wrong, but Silent Loudly is one team to look out for, as they're dominating through in today's game. On the other end, we have another player, that is Vicky. Probably Vicky was the one who was the MVP in the previous game.
Yeah, he was actually, and he's coming up at the 4th spot this time. Nilanj from Pusher Esports, and he was one of those guys who actually put that gun to very good use, and coming in with those rotations, he was able to get 3 kills and 1197 damage. Aryan coming up at 3rd spot as well, and AK-47 at 5th from the Big Giants. He was one of the big giants from his team as well, as he's sitting at the 5th spot. So this game is actually going to open up a lot of things, just because Xerius, they went out early. Pushers Esports, they have done well. They didn't have a very good last game, so them doing well in this game means that they will be, going up in that ladder as well. As Silent Loud with a total of 40 points this time, they are sitting at top, and second position we have Pusher Esports at 31. But GZ Army, they have been consistent. A 4th spot in the last game and a 3rd in this one will mean that they'll be sitting at 2nd or 3rd spot in the overall standings.
But I really love the way Silent Loud are slowly coming up the ladder, because it's really important for you to register yourself. It's not like the other games where yesterday we had teams like the little bit of swag. There's only one player who was showing off with all the grenade launchers, but over here it's most of the work which is done by each and every person of the team. On the other end, as I was speaking about all the other teams, apart from the first two places, the rest of the teams have 3 kills, 2 kills, 1 kill. Most of them are playing a little more defensive when it comes to the whole day's gameplay. So this one group will be the ones who's going to strategize better on defense than on offense, apart from one team. So I'm hoping to see that the last match will come out a little more aggressive from everybody, as they want those points to retain the spot at first, second and third.
Yeah, and this kind of passive and defensive gameplay, it's actually helping, Silently Loud to go with these kills and Booyah as well.
Yeah.
Because the other teams, they're kind of rusty in the end, and Silently Loud, since they have been taking in those fights in the early phase of the game, so that allows them to actually play a little more offensively and, they have been really well. But now we will be going towards the overall standings that will be coming up. Silently Loud sitting at the top with 76 points. GZ Army, this is what I was talking about. They are very consistent, and that's why I guess that's one of the main reasons that they are sitting at second position, but XZT is at third and Pushers at fourth with a difference of just 2 points. This is where things are getting interesting.
Yeah, I know, but this is what yesterday also we saw, the consistency could take you to the top 3. Yesterday we saw one more team, and the team was supposed to be Team Kings, Noob Kings. Yep. They also made sure that they're consistent rather than showing off most of their strategy, and this is what I love from most of them. But one team which I really had a lot of hopes on were the TN Blasters, where they knew that their gunpowder is really strong, but some overconfidence and splitting away from team, trying to not stay as a cluster, has always brought down below. But all of those teams still have a chance. In case one of them performs something like X Factor, IND, they will be able to come up to the top 3, where it's going to be tougher for the teams like GZ Army to retain that spot. In case they get taken out at the early phase of the game, then it's going to be tough. So we know that most of the top teams which are playing right now will retain their defensive mode of gameplay rather than going offensive and taken out early on in the game.
Yeah, and if you look at the points distribution that has gone from 3rd spot to 6th spots, it's a matter of just 2 to 6 points that is coming up.
Yeah.
So if you get 2-3 extra kills in the next game and maybe a few ranking points as well, that can actually get you at the 3rd spot. But right now, it's time for the break, and then we'll be moving on for the next matches.
Enjoy premium mobile gaming experiences wherever you go. You deserve a premium device powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 5G mobile platform. And when winning is everything, you'll experience the difference with Qualcomm Snapdragon Elite Gaming. Harness the power of ultra-smooth responsiveness, color-rich HDR scenes, and desktop-level features that are mobile firsts, all while playing longer on a single charge. You deserve graphics and audio that are crystal clear.
All right, I'm out of ammo. Do you have ammo?
Yeah, I do.
I'm low on blood.
I have a rifle.
All right, come back. Let's get out.
Enjoy Qualcomm acoustic audio technology for noise suppression to enhance your in-game communications, and enjoy chatting with teammates without an annoying echo or feedback.
Ron, where are you?
Okay.
Dude, where are you?
Let's go to the other house. Let's go to the other house. The blue house. The blue house.
Who's shooting at me?
The blue house.
Go.
And when you want the wireless immersion of earbuds, count on Qualcomm aptX technology to truly deliver immersive sound with low latency. When it comes to your device, you deserve unrivaled gaming speed and stamina. You deserve premium mobile experiences. You deserve Qualcomm Snap.
What's inside your mobile device matters.
早安，能量。你的建议书做得真好。
I'm so glad to hear it.
It's why the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform matters. Because you deserve the freedom to immerse yourself in virtual worlds and explore new realities. You deserve an intelligent camera that delivers professional image quality in any lighting condition. And a mobile PC that's as connected as your smartphone with battery life that can last for days. You deserve multiplayer games that respond at the speed of 5G.
谢谢 Daniel.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And you deserve the ability to stream crisp, high-resolution videos in more places anytime with 5G. You deserve all the best 5G experiences. That's why your devices deserve the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve a mobile PC that's as connected as your smartphone, with battery life that can last for days. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve the freedom to immerse yourself in other worlds and explore new realities. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve multiplayer games that respond at the speed of 5G. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve a camera that delivers professional image quality in any lighting condition. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve to stream crisp, high-resolution videos in more places anytime with 5G. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform.
Are you ready?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the round 3, day 2 of the playoffs, round 3, which is happening over here. And what a fight it has been till now. It proves from this fight on that consistency can get you into the next round. And it is not anymore of showing off. It's not anymore of you trying to, get those skill points to make sure your team comes from playoffs 2 to playoffs 3. It's all about being consistent. And there's one other team which is proving it all wrong, as we have Silently Loud trying to take most of those skills away from all the others who are playing with them.
Definitely, I've been watching in the back and sitting right there. I was surprised by the fact, it's playoffs round number 3, Arka. It's day number 2, and it's one of those top teams that have got qualified from playoffs too. We've seen Team MAYHEM performing very well in the playoffs. We've seen Team Esports performing, but unfortunately, right now, Silently Loud, they've done their homework. Trust me, the first 2 matches, they took ferociously the booyah. They have the most number of kills as well. So right now, they're leading the leaderboard. They are not giving any chance of, to any other team to take away those points or step into their shoes.
Yeah, I know. And I just love the way they're able to execute it.
Yeah.
Even though you're the biggest team which is out there, you're still not being taken down easily, which is really important to make sure that you maintain that consistency. And one other thing which I love the most about what all is happening is how GZ Army is able to execute their plan. It's very simple. Play it a little defensive. Let's take 2-3 kills in every match, and we'll make sure easily we'll get into the zone. We'll get it into the next round, because they do not want to show off most of their strategies. It's not important for you to make it to the next round. It's important for you to keep your secrets and then make it to the next round. In case your secrets are revealed, I don't think you'll be alive anymore.
Yeah, definitely. Talking about secrets, I think you should execute a different plan for a different map. And even if you're playing the same map, I think every time you play, you need to change your strategies, because it's the teams who get changed. In playoffs too, we didn't have those many teams fighting, but right now we have the top teams. GZ Army, they have performed very well in playoffs too, but right now they're kind of, in bit of a dilemma that I don't know from where this Silently Loud team came. Trust me, when I cast a playoffs too, Silently Loud, they were very calm. They were in the top 4 positions. They did not show that aggression, but today I was stunned. I was mostly looking at GZ Army, but all of a sudden I see Silently Loud. The first match they won, I was like, okay, maybe they're doing good. And the second match at Kalahari, I was stunned by the number of kills they've got for themselves. So it well depends. Like, I mean, casting a lot of these matches have told me that underdogs, they really exist. And right now we're going to quickly jump into the game. It's going to be Bermuda, and it's going to be the last map for everybody to prove themselves and advance into the next round in the top 3.
Yeah, it's going to be match number 3, which is going to happen. This is going to be the last map for this group as Team Mayhem goes in for the early jump, probably running towards Plantation or Bullseye or Graveyard or Shipyard. Let's see where they're going to end up. If they end up in the blue zone, it's going to be like one of the blessing in disguise for them, where they'll be able to get a lot of loot and probably come back stronger in this game because they have not had 2 good games. Over here, we can see Silently Loud right now having an early skirmish against team number 3, and they're able to execute well as well. It's Razak again with the shotgun doing most of the work as that Shady comes in a little bit from behind with that SMG. He's able to connect some shots as well. He also gets taken down. XCDS is not letting go of all these things. It's Astro, the last player, who wants to confirm the kills of others so that he makes sure that the team becomes a little weak. Silently Loud could go a little weak. Razak on the other end, he's going for the AUG at this point of time. Silently Loud will be able to revive out of this. In case they won't be, then it'll be a little bit of a trouble for them. Razak comes back again with the shotgun. It's M10, which is coming mostly into play.
Yes, 3 kills for Razak. Already 5 seconds into the game, we can see Razak is already showing off his bounces right there. He took down the entire Xerius team. While it's going to be a close fight coming into team number 5, that is going to be the 4 confused. Right now, they have actually eliminated the entire team. I think there's only 1 player left, and he will be also taken down in the last round. Looks like it's going to be a very good day. The 4 confused, they are looking pretty good in terms of kills. They have beaten Silently Loud. Silently Loud had Razak had 3 kills. Right now, the 4 confused has 4.
Yeah, I know. There's one more team that's showing up. It's going to be Abhay who's going to take down the last player over there. I think Abhay will get taken down as well because most of the groups have formed over here, and it's Team Universe who's fighting it out. Did Abhay just got taken out? I didn't see the kill feed properly, but
nope,
I see
not yet.
But I see that the 4 confused, where Funkytron is still doing the firepower with Anurag, and they've got 4 kills in the pocket.
Definitely, the 4 confused on top of the table right now with 4 kills. While it's going to be Silently Loud on the second with 3 kills. Team Universe, they've managed to get to 1 kill. But it's just 2 minutes into the game. We can see already the fight has begun. This match is really important. This map is really important for all the teams if they want to make it to the league stages. This is the only chance they've got. If they do not perform in this map, and sorry ladies and gentlemen, you're going to walk away from the tournament. So I guess it's going to be a big day for all the teams participating right now. Well, GZ Army, they have a lot of expectations. Every player who is watching right now, all the audience, all the fans, they've gotten big hopes on GZ Army, so they're carrying that responsibility. While talking about responsibilities, a slight their fight comes in between Piyush's Esports and team number 2. While team number 2, I don't think they're ready to take the fight, Arka.
Yeah, Pusher's Esports right now trying to connect some shots against Aryan. Aryan in huge trouble. I don't know whether he has enough resources to take this down. Right now we can see that he has no health kit, nor has his ability. It's Kelly which he's been using over there just to dash off from the enemies. If he's able to go back, recruit from his group with his team, it's Gowder with the plasma on the other end and the MP5. Gowder has been the assaulter for the team rather than the scout, in this game. So eventually he would want to help his teams to stay together. He's going to give some proper backup for the team so that they regroup as well. Prometh on the other end. The IGL is nowhere to be seen. That means that he's having his own ways of going forward. Look at what Gowder is doing. He's trying to taunt the team. He's trying to shoot, give some empty shots. He's going to push some empty shells, and he's trying to call those enemies closer to him.
It definitely looks like Team MAYHEM have gotten 1 place spotted out right there, but luckily he is out of fame right there. While you asked if Abhay was done, Abhay was completely down, and looks like Neelanj right here is down to really low HP, while Piyush Esports having a tough fight. Team MAYHEM, Ninja is down to really HP. They're trying their level best to get that secure that kill onto team number 12, but unfortunately they could not because it's a long range fight. But while opening from a distance, they might have that accuracy of taking down. But team number 7, there's 1 player who's actually standing right beside Sujal, and there you go. He takes down Sujal. That was a very beautiful kill. I mean, Sujal, the sneaky guy, he made sure that nobody spotted him, but immediately that kill was really necessary because he could have, done that flank and gotten off the all of the squad right there. Pusher Esports, they've lost one player, that is going to be Sujal, and right now they're looking very tough in terms of kills as well as their positioning right now. Team number 7, they're ready to take them down.
Yes, it's going to be Mayhem who wants to make every kill count because it's really important for them to get those kills at this point of time. They've not had 2 good games, so they'll be a little aggressive in this game, whereas on the other end the 4 confused, right, trying to create some confusion over here. Oh my god, I just love the way Godfire is going in against all of them. It's going to be Aryan, the last player who want to run away from all these things, but gets spotted out as well. Confused right now. One player of Confused, completely confused, is going to go down and he's going to be finished as well. So Aryan is going to make it count with the shotgun he has. He's going to heal up pretty quickly, but Funky Tron is coming in right behind him. He's going to make sure that he takes down Aryan. Aryan gets one shot connected. Now Funky Tron going in with that M82P. He wants to clear it off, and he does clear off Aryan.
What
and that
a
will
shot!
Be,
what a shot!
Exactly, and that is going to be the end as Mayhem will be right now facing off team number 12.
Definitely Team M, they've secured 1 kill for themselves. That's going to be marvel. But right now, 1 grenade is enough to take down the entire team number 12. But right now, Wells is not doing a good job. He actually gave away that positioning. Right now, he's down to really low HP. Well, Team Mayhem, there comes the grenade, but that does not help the team at all. Well, I think most of the players are in the first floor itself. So Team Mayhem, they're trying to surround the entire compound. I mean, if there's something, when I've watched other games, there's something called Molotov that exists.
My goodness.
Wells, he has come into the play. He has taken 1 player down, and right now they're waiting. Blast taking another down. That is sort of down the line. So it's going to be the confirmation coming in by Blast.
Yes, I know Mayhem right now have to do something even more magical to confirm those kills, as they'll be down with only Mayhem actually having most of the kills at this point of time, but Pusher Esports would want to run away from here. The last player of Pusher Esports still inside the very compound where they're surrounded right now, and he's using those glue walls to take care of himself, but doesn't go well as Marvel comes in with the XMA, takes him out. This could be what the closest end of the team.
I get it. While it's going to be peak flooded with a lot of enemies right there. Well, team number 5, 4, 10, they're starting close by. Silently Loud has lost 1 player. That is going to be chasing out of the game. That is something really not good to watch from Silently Loud. They've been a very good team since the beginning of the first 2 matches. While they have lost a player, let's see if Razak can carry the entire team. TN Blasters, they have very good positioning towards the upper ground. While team number 4, they're quite in the trouble in the danger zone. While one of the players is actually taking that guts to fall out of the compound. Team number 10, they're in the low grounds. Team number 8, Comrade is slowly approaching AK-47. I mean, if AK-47 spots out that there's Comrade over there, he might get a kill onto it. Comrade, does he have the guts to push into the compound, because it's going to be a 1v4? Otherwise, and there you go, the shots have begun to fire. The big giants that inside the compound, they look very good right now. Their positioning is very simple. They're playing a split game play. So, even if one opponent is firing you from one direction, you have the backup immediately, Arka.
Yes, I know that it's the same way. It's most of how the team is going to play. On the other end, Visa takes down Cameron. I think this is going to be a good opening for the Giants to do something special over here, as team number 8 will be down with only 2 players. Gamer also gets taken down, confirmed. It's going to be the Blue Soul who would want to run away from here, rather take those fights, but I don't think AK is going to let him go away. It's going to be the Giants who's going to chase them down and clear them off, because they want those 4 kills, which is important for them in this stage of the game. Blue Soul gets detected and gets taken down by Shanku, and that will be the end of that team, as big Giants are in the game with 4 kills in the pocket.
Yeah, I think team number 8, it was a very bad decision to actually take that prolonged fight in the initial stages of the game. While that decision made them pay a lot of punishment right there, that they are out of the game right now, but their position will be in a very disadvantage. While team number 4, oh wait, what do we have here? Players are having fun on the game right here. While there's always fun in playing games. They have lost 1 player. I think Silently Loud, they know where they stand. They know their position. They know where they are right now. So I think they're playing this game with a lot of, cool mind.
Yeah, I can see them using most of their emotions. They're trying to have a cool mind. They're going to play it a little, defensive as well, as we were speaking. It's really important for them to retain their spot. In case they do not, then it's going to be a bit of an issue. On the other end, we can see this is going to be the fight between Peak Factory and Pochinok. There's a thin layer which has some watchtowers, as we had spoken before. So I think that one place will also be contested sometime soon by team number 9 and team number 4. But the two teams which I'm right now worried is going to be Mayhem and the GZ Army. Both of them need those defensive points, need those placement points to retain the position. Mayhem needs it to come up the table, but GZ Army needs it to retain that spot.
Definitely, GZ Army, they're in a very difficult situation. I mean, it's not only the position they're in, it's also about the responsibility that they're carrying away from all the audience and as well as casters. Looks like team number 2 is running for their life, and I think that outside the zone, one player which can be quite in the trouble. Well, team number 7, that is going to be Mayhem. They're making their way out of the zone. They're at Katulastiva at the moment. While they can be a close combat fight happening between team number 9 and 11, and there comes the beautiful D73. He's waiting to take that shot, but Shanku, he already took down D Yahi. He's just waiting for another player to pop up into his crosshair, and there you go. I think D Big Jains, he has actually given a lot of tag for D Yahi, but unfortunately he could not take a knockout right there. Nevertheless, coming back, it's going to be team number 9 getting spotted out right there. I don't know what's happening right there.
I know. I think Team Yahi is right now offline, due to which he's been targeted on and on. We have seen him. His scope was open, but he did not take the shot, nor was he moving away from that spot. I think it's clear that he's one player who's right now AFK, as we can confirm it from this angle, that Yahi still stands in the cover of the glue wall. But if he gets spotted out, then it's the end for them. Non-stop on the other end was getting spotted. It's the SKS which did not connect properly for them, but gets taken down as well. It's non-stop right now, making everything count for now. AK gets revived immediately, but non-stop is keeping a clear eye on what all is happening, and he's going to tell his teams that there's one knock in front of you, please do take care of it. The big giants with 4 kills are playing a little defensive. It's the compound of Pochinok which will matter, because the zone might end up over here. And speaking about Yahi again, Yahi again gets taken out, but he comes back immediately and goes in for a headshot, but again goes off. I don't know whether Yahi will ever come back into this game, and I don't know how long their teammates will be able to hold them off.
Oh, definitely. I don't know, there's some technical issues happening with team number 9, but once we are back at the game, the man is back. So right now there's going to be a close fight happening. Actually, team number 9 is pushing towards the one player of team number 11, and this guy with the shotgun will make the wonder, non-stop taking down one of the players from team number 9. It's going to be a very difficult situation, as 3 players are only left from team number 9. So right now they have to play for the position, not for the kills, because one of the player is already down. If you go for the kill, sorry mate, you already have 4 players standing in the opponent's team, so it's quite risky, when especially D Yahi is standing right there. The Big Jains, they have spotted out team number 11. They're actually running behind AK-47. If you have been noticing AK-47, he luckily got himself into the cover. D Yahi, he's in a very good position. If he gets spotted by that one player standing on the roof, it will be a difficult situation.
Yes, I know, but T73 are making everything count over here. Even they want to make it inside the zone. But one thing about the Tamil Blasters which I love the most is they're the only team which use the proper use of prone. They make sure that they use that prone when they're getting shot. They make sure that they use that prone to use it as a defensive gameplay. And we can see which all team which are playing a little aggressive. Again, it's going to be silently loud with the big giants who are having 4 kills each. I don't see where the GZ Army would come up and show some kills. Because they have to make use of the skills which they do have. They're playing it defensive for sure. On the other end, D Yahi, who comes up after being AFK, is able to execute some more shots, which is happening over here. Yahi takes down 2. Yahi takes down 3. I think Scout is going to add up to it, and that will be the end of the oppositions, as D73 dominates with 4 kills and game on.
Definitely, if you've been watching the 4 confused, I've actually have 8 kills, and one of the player from GZ Army is already dead. Well, right now it's going to be a close fight coming between team number 2 versus team number 7. Well, team number 7 right now, they're slowly making their way towards into the factory. Well, one of the player from team number 2 has got, that is going to be GZ Army's, no, it's actually GZ Army's Promith right there. He might be in a big trouble right now. Well, team Mayhem, they have made their way into the factory, but right now they quickly have taken the decision to fall back, because once they've got to know that it's GZ Army, they're scared to to take that push inside, Arka.
I love the way GG Army started to rotate in between the fight. They made sure that they go to that one covering which is very close to the zone. But I'm looking for that grenade which is going to matter right now. It's going to be Gaudru, the assaulter, the rusher who's going to go in, chase back Marvel into the safety. Look at how Gaudru is going to pop up those walls and just make sure he's going to come in. A grenade comes in but doesn't connect as well. Ninja could be in trouble. Vales on the other hand takes down Gaudru with the grenade launcher, confirms him as well. Aryan also gets confirmed.
My God,
This could be a little bit of a trouble for the GG Army. Prometh will be the last player. I don't know how much he's going to hold this back. Prometh will be finished as well because GG Army right now will be in huge trouble. MAYHEM, 6 kills in the pocket, and I don't know whether GG Army will be selected for the next round because they're getting out early on in the 7th spot in case other teams are able to dominate.
Definitely Team MAYHEM, they've outperformed right now. It's going to be Silently Loud getting a few kills and there you go, the shutdown has been initiated. It's already down to 5 teams, Arka. It's still the 4th zone, it's down to 5 teams and Silently Loud already has a quadra kill right now, 16 players alive and Team MAYHEM, they're pretty much, they know the position. They know how much it's important for them to get into the top 3 if they want to go advance into the league stages. While it's going to be the TN fighting off at the team number 10, while it's going to be a quick rotation coming in team number 10, the only team which is actually advantage inside the zone and they're playing a split game. 2 persons on the east, 2 persons on the west. So, I mean, if an entire squad pushes in, I don't think it's a good idea for team number 10 to defend. And there comes a kill with Davish onto Marvel.
Yes, I know that Team MAYHEM right now is suffering, and the other teams will be praying that the Tamils or the MAYHEM will take the suffering for now. It's going to be Vivek who's giving a little bit of a problem for Team Yahi, Team D, which is having a little bit of a trouble on the other end. The Silently Loud team coming against Team TN in a little bit of a trouble. They're going all in. We know that Silently Loud are right now in a momentum to clear off everybody in their side, and we saw that they cleared out Team Yahi, Team TN, and right now they're being contested by the Tamil Blasters. It's going to be MAYHEM versus the Team TN. The emerging winners will have to face off Silently Loud, that is for sure.
Definitely, it's going to be Team MAYHEM waiting in the wings. Right now, they're really aggressively, and there comes Ninja taking down Roka right there. But Blast, he's taking the immediate shot. Scout Horse OP has been done and dusted right there, making it only 1 player left for team number 11. Silently Loud, they lost 1 player, but they have 8 kills into their hands. That's going to be Yahi. He is in a big trouble right now. He's the last player standing. Can he make it till the top 3 is the question. But Devish has been spotted out by Team Silently Loud right there. He is beside the tree, behind the tree. If he gets spotted out, it's going to be a big trouble. While Silently Loud, they're completely using the advantage of being prone right there. While there's 1 player still alive from team number 12 who's taking a tiny cover, and Vicky is going to be taking down D Yahi. Unfortunately, this man D Yahi, he have performed wonders, but unfortunately gotten taken down. It's going to be team number 7 outside the zone. They're going to get pushed, and there comes team number 12, the 1 player that going to be God Joker. He actually took down 2 players right there. What on earth is happening right there? 1 SMG is enough, and there comes Team MAYHEM loudly fighting out with Silently Loud. Outside on the zone, one of the players has been taken down. That's going to be 2 players down from Team MAYHEM. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 5 situation. It's 2 teams left, 4 players alive, 2v2. Team MAYHEM having the entire advantage, but Silently Loud, they're going to do it. They're going to take down the last player. That's going to be Wells on the board, and there you guys down to really low HP. The Chrono Shield is coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Team MAYHEM has made it to the Booyah, and once again, Team Silently Loud has made it to the Booyah. Team MAYHEM, unfortunately, they ended up in the 2nd place, but I guess it was the zone which actually gave them a lot of disadvantage in the end.
Yes, I know Silently Loud made sure that they take that higher grounds which was already present for them, and eventually Silently Loud showed their domination in the 3 consecutive games. In this group, they have proved that they are the strongest who has come out loud. Even though they played it silently, they have made sure that the names are heard loud, and I think MAYHEM will be the 2nd team which is going to be fighting for the 3 spots. MAYHEM did not have a good game in the first 2 games. If they get eliminated by 1 or 2 points, it's going to be a big shocker for me. It's the GZ Army also was having a little bit of a trouble as well. So the top 3 teams from this group already know what Silently Loud can do, and eventually I'm just still waiting for that MVP and the points table to come up, because it's going to be a very, very close fight.
Yeah, and if you also want to get away with something, you can go into the chat, type Snapdragon and your UID in the chat, and you might be one of those 12 lucky winners to get away with 1060 diamonds in a game like Free Fire. So Free Fire, it's a lot affiliated with the diamonds right there. You can buy skins, you can unlock characters, you can learn a lot about the game with the diamonds. So yeah, quickly, jumping back into the game, I think we're gonna jump into the highlights and check what has been happening around in the last game.
Yes, the highlights are coming in any second now. As we can see, Razak will be the first to open it off with Shazi, who came in. Shazi gets taken down, and then comes Razak with the shotgun. He kept on going and going. The first person to follow from GZ Army. Then comes Kasukabe, who gets taken down. The 4 Confused were in a good rampage. They had 7 kills in their pocket, and even they were playing it really well. I think the 4 Confused will be one of the other teams which will make it into the top 3. But that is going to be my prediction. On the other end. So it's Silently Loud. What is this team made of?
I know, right? I mean, they're made of iron. I mean, Silently Loud, the name itself says that how confused it is for enemies to predict out their strategies. While the 4 Confused, they actually quite played very well in the last match. They've gotten 8 kills standing beside the Silently Loud, but unfortunately they couldn't make it to the top. While it's going to be the last zone, while it came Silently Loud, they actually took down TNB Gaming's last player as well, and there comes 12 PE. Good Joker. They actually did a very good job. It was Welch, who was the last player from Team Mayhem, got taken down immediately by Moin, and there comes the booyah for Silently Loud.
Yeah, eventually, I just love the way Silently Loud played this game. They had more than 10 kills, so probably somewhere close to 12 to 14 kills is what Silently Loud had in the game. So I'm just looking forward for those points table, which can reveal a lot of all the other players. But MVP, the person who's having the MVP is going to bring most of the points for the team. And over here, it's going to be Razak from the Silently Loud. 7 kills from him with a total of 1074 damage. That means 14 points has been handed over by Razak alone to his team.
Definitely, Razak, I think he did a great job. Even in the initial stages of the match, he took down that initiative, taken down 3 players right there. So there we can see the potential Razak has got. He used that potential. He completely gave his best in the last match right there, taking away with 7 kills. And the second player is going to be Silently Loud. Wiki 13 right there with 4 kills, 2002 damage, 6 headshots. This man has got the accuracy and the damage bigger than anybody else right there. While third position is going to be Funky Tron from the 4 Confused with 4 kills, 1098 damage. Diyahi with 3 kills, 1348 damage and 3 headshots. I mean, he got 3 headshots and 3 kills at the same point, while Anurag from the 4 Confused will be the top 5th player with 3 kills and 818 damage. I think we have got to talk about this guy, Vicky. He got 4 kills, 6 headshots. That means 2 of his headshots couldn't be the kill.
Yeah, he's got the maximum number of damage as well. But what actually matters is not the amount of damage you give, but the amount of kills you acquire while giving those damages. And that is where Team Silently Loud comes into play. Razak did not go for unwanted shots. He made sure that his shots connect really well, and then he looks forward for those kills which are also lying on the ground. It's a combination of all the free kills as well as the kills which you're able to acquire by a knock, which will actually come into play. I think Silently Loud will be that one team which will actually take forward most of the game.
Yeah, I was quite confused between Razak and Yahi, but Yahi, he couldn't make it to most of the kills, but he took 3 kills, 3 headshots. I mean, that was a very accurate aim. Only if he had more advantage and more support from his team, I think he could have made it to the top 4. Well, we'll quickly jump to the...
One point, Yahi was offline for almost a brief period of time.
Okay.
So in case he was online for that one brief period of time, I think he could have executed more kills for the team. Since he couldn't come in, since he was a little offline for some brief period of time, it was good that his teammates did not give up on him. They made sure they put up a glue wall. They made sure that they're covering and red up. So that is where team power and teamwork comes into play.
Definitely, Diyahi, you did a really good job. You tried your level best. Let's see if luck has got you or not in the top 3. Well, I'm definitely expecting that it's going to be Silently Loud in the top 1 position. But the second and third position, it's going to be a fight happening between Mayhem and the 4 Confused. I mean, 4 Confused, they performed very well.
I want to say it's the GZ Army who will retain the 3rd spot. I don't know. So I
Yes.
feel. Let's look at the point standing of the match only, and then probably we
Yes.
look at the
Oh,
overall
I was
standing
gonna
as
bait
well.
the audience, dude. But
So
right now
le-
it's going to be silently loud on the first position.
Yes, it's going to be silently loud with the 12 kills in their pocket, making it 44 points. But Team Mayhem over here have got 33 points. As you were predicted properly, it's Mayhem and the Confusers taking
Yeah.
most of the points. GZ Army, I don't know whether they'll be able to retain that spot with the 8 points, but there's going to be a bit of an issue for them if it's not going to make it. And if they're not going to make it as well, it's going to be because of a minus point of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So eventually, it's D73 who have performed over here as well. The first two teams have got, you know, a difference of 10 points, but later on, it's all come up to 4 or 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a tough fight. Let's look at this.
Oh my god! What?
goodness!
What? Silent. The four Confused couldn't make it, and it was Pusher Esports who came out from nowhere and made it to the third position. GZ Army, they were just 6 points behind to make it to the top third. Silently Loud, 30 kills, 120 points. Team Mayhem, 13 kills, 65 points. Pusher Esports, 11 kills, 56 points. Pusher Esports, we've got to talk about this team. In the point standing in the previous match, we saw them nowhere around top 7, and right now they're going to carry away with the top 3 positions.
I mean, Pusher Esports, the only thing which has helped them come in is going to be the 11 kill points which has happened for them. And that level kill points have mattered. Just imagine 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 kills has gotten them into the zone. 4 kills is 8 points. And if GZ Army had 3 kills with them, they would have made it in. I think this is going to be the biggest disappointment for a fan of for the fans of GZ Army. It's going to be the biggest disappointment for team like D73, TN Blasters. Even they had a huge fan base from the Tamil, and I don't know. I think the Pushers Esports, like yesterday, there was one other team. It's the King Noobs who shocked us.
Yeah, Noob Kings.
Yeah,
They
the
were
Noob
pretty
Kings,
popular.
They shocked us, and now it's going to be the Pusher Esports. I think these are the teams which will come up on the top as well, and it's going to shock us with the most number of points, most number of money they'll be taking home in the finals.
Definitely, GZ Army unfortunately couldn't make it to the top 3, while it's going to be Team Mayhem, Pusher Esports and Silently Loud carrying away. Well, Silently Loud, I have to talk about Pusher Esports and Silently Loud. We did not expect both the teams to come on to the top 4.
No, Silently Loud is the team which dominated throughout, right?
Yeah,
So
I mean, before the match one even started,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was not
yeah,
expecting
yeah,
Silently Loud.
I
When
agree.
I saw the first match, it was okay. I had a little bit of feeling that it just might be the luck or
Yeah.
first match. But when I saw them fragging, when I saw them taking those important kills, man, they have around 30 kills, 120 points. I mean, no other team could make it at least 30%.
Yeah,
I mean, no.
I know. With almost 30 kills, you'll be gaining 60 points, right?
Yeah.
Each kill will give you 2 points. So 60 points is what you'll be getting. Just imagine, 60 points alone can make you to the next round.
Yes.
The next team which was the highest was probably somewhere between 70 to 80
Yeah,
points, right?
Team Mayhem.
So even though Team Mayhem had made it inside, as we were speaking about, GZ Army might be getting eliminated.
Yes.
So I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, so that's going to be your top 3 teams advancing, and right now we're going to quickly jump into the playoffs round number 3, group 4 and match number 1 right now. HP Pro, BNK05 Gaming, Old Generation, 7 Shot, Gen Elites, TM Strangers, Team FFESP.
And then it's going to be Run Gaming, Team Hind, the Vectors, Paratroops, and the Dark Fighters who's going to be facing off over here. The few names, which any names give you a bell on the ring?
Definitely, it's going to be HP Pro because I've talked a lot about the team, and Old Generation. They have outstandingly played really well in the playoffs too, and 7 Shot. Old Generation, 7 Shot. They have actually gotten qualified in 2nd and 3rd position, so I'm expecting a lot of aggression coming in from the OGs, the Old Generation.
Yes, I also feel the other teams cannot be left out after seeing the teams which are getting selected in the previous rounds. Even though we are not able to see most of their names not being popped up the way they made it into the playoffs 3, but I don't want to say anything anymore. After being so wrong with 2-3 predictions of today, I think I'm going to just stay silent and look at how the game is going to go. Because Silently Loud has taught me, just be silent, talk less, and make sure you
Yeah.
have some weight in what to talk.
I mean, yeah, silently, I know what kind of a team they have been right now. I have a lot of respect for them. But right now, the schedule is going to be, the first match is going to be happening in Bermuda, the second in Kalahari, and the third comes back to the Bermuda. So we will be jumping off with the first match starting in Bermuda. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up your seats and keep waiting, because it's going to be Group 4 match, and HP Pro, old generation and 7-shot, these three teams, I've got an eye on them. I mean,
Yeah.
they can be the top 3 teams making it.
Yeah,
We're not sure.
I can understand what you're saying, but let's not put down the other teams which are there as
Yeah.
well.
My prediction, I know it might go right or maybe
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah,
but
I
I've
get it.
seen the teams play. That's pretty much I know.
Yeah, and because they were the teams which are dominating in the beginning, I think at this point of time they'll be the ones who will be targeted the most. So if you're the strongest amongst them, you'll be targeted the
Yeah.
most as well. So let's see how the game is going to look forward from this point on. But yeah, as you were saying, three teams we already told to me. Is there any specific reason why you like these 3 teams? Is it because of their offensive gameplay or the defensive gameplay?
It's definitely because of the offensive gameplay. Old generation, they've actually got quite good number of kills. Well, 7-shot was just below, old generation qualifying to the playoffs 3, and HP Pro, this team, you know the team, you know the deal. In the beginning of the initial fights, they did not take any fights.
Yeah.
They directly went into the last zone. They predicted the cycle. They sat in the circle. They waited for enemies to pop up. They've actually seen teams fight. They did not take the third party advantage,
Yeah.
because they know they did not want to give that position away. So that's how they made it to the Booyah, according to me, in the playoffs too. I'm expecting a quieter gameplay coming in from HP Pro, but sometimes it's just not your day. We might not know, or we might, just not be seeing. There are sometimes like some teams like Silently Loud who are in that 12 teams and are waiting to show off their skills right there.
Yeah, I know, but offensive defensive gameplay has always come in. Let's congratulate the 3 teams which made it in the previous round. The shockers amongst them were the Pusher Esports. Congratulating Silently Loud, Mayhem and the Pusher Esports. We'll be seeing you guys out in the league stages, but coming back to what was happening over here, my goodness. I mean, first the Noob Kings,
Yeah.
now the Pusher Esports.
It's
I'm
just,
out of words.
we cannot keep predicting. It's the caster's job. It's actually going tough to predict which teams might come on to the top. I mean, we've seen all these teams in the playoffs too, but sometimes we just get, we get confused. Is it really the truth we watched in playoffs too? They've got actually top 2, top 3 positions. They have gotten to the next rounds, but we did not see quite the gameplay in the playoffs too, like we saw playoffs 3 coming in from Silently
Yeah,
Loud.
it's really important for you to balance that defensive and aggressive gameplay
Yeah.
as the tournament progresses. You can't just rely on your defensive gameplay and then survive till the end and then go offensive. Probably that is what went wrong for
Yes.
GZ Army as well. Over here we have seen most of the teams which are there, like old generation, let it be the team 7. Most of them have been a little defensive in the beginning and later they have become a
Yeah.
little offensive. So they'll have to come up with something different, because yesterday we saw eventually in the playoffs too, defensive were the teams which came
Yeah.
out in the next round. Over here in playoffs 3, most of it is going to be offensive. The first day we saw the first day we saw 2 teams. One was team IND.
Yeah,
X Factor
Team
IND,
X Factor IND,
because they
unfortunately.
performed aggressively in the final game, they could make it into the finals. Them apart from them, it was Vishnu Charan was from the team Little Bit of Swag.
Yeah,
They
Little
played
Bit of
completely
Swag.
offensive. They got selected, and even in
Yes.
the previous match, we had the Silently Loud team. Even they played aggressive and they made it into the finals. So I think the secret to make it to the leagues might be the offensive or the aggressive gameplay, but we'll be stepping into the next game, which is going to start off over here. We are going to watch what the flight path is going to take forward for, which is going to be the place which is going to be contested the most according to you.
I think quite after watching the previous games, I think it might be a southern shift of the zone, and apart from that, I think most of the players might just get down to the Bhima Sakti Strip, or especially talking about Graveyard and the Riverside. We've seen quite a gameplay coming from Riverside in the last game.
Yeah, so you mean to say it's going to be Graveyard or the Bhima Sakti
The
Strip?
northern side, basically.
Yeah, basically the northern side. Hoping to see the same thing as the flight path has started to move. Let's look at how it is. It looks like, as you were predicting, it's going to be a little to the southern part. Oh no, it's going to be a little bit to the northern part,
Yeah,
which is going to make sure that the blue zone lies very close to Kartlitstava, and most of the teams are jumped off. Over here we can see one team at Rimnam village and Clock Tower also being having a team, but I can see one small cluster between team 2 and team 3. It's evenly distributed. It's going to be a one-on-one from each of those teams, but it's going to be team 2 versus team 3 who's going to go for an early fight of It's Rodin versus OG Bolt. OG Bolt will be the one who's going to be flying off in colorful because he's going to use that MP5 of good use, and he takes down one player of team number 2.
That's going to be the old generation taking the first player into the hands, and right now OG is not yet done because he's been chased by one of the players from 7-shot. You know the deal. Old generation 7-shot, they've known for their fight coming through. I don't think the OG's player has any kind of gun in his hand, so he might just actually get taken down by 7-shot's player. And there comes the Chrono Shield into the play, but he cannot do it big. He's actually trying to fight with the fist in his hand, but that won't be of much use. And there comes the player. He gets knocked out and he gets finished. That's a very bad, red alert coming in from OGs. The beginning of the match, they already get taken down by one player.
Yeah, it's a good contest between the two teams. Each of them have taken one player out, so it's going to be a little bit of an issue for them as well. So team number 12 on the other end regrouping, but look at what the revenge has come out over here from the old generation as they take out one more player. It's the two big names which we have taken, no? Old generation and team 7.
Shot.
So 7-shot, both of them have already lost one player each. The offensive gameplay has already started from both of them, and which has costed them one player at a time.
Yeah, it's actually 2 players down from 7-shot right there. Well, 7-shot, they've lost 2 players. They only have 1 kill, while old generation has 2 kills into their hands. While it's going to be, I think, end of the deal, while old generation is trying to push up towards the last 2 players of the 7-shot right here. They're inside the compounds. They're hiding for that seek right there. Well, the quest for the loot has been done and dusted by old generation, and they might actually find one of the players, but do they really want to take the fight? And I said it's going to be Bhima Sakti strip pretty much. 7-shot, they've lost 2 players Arca already. I mean, old generation versus 7-shot. It's like, it's like 2 very, aggressive teams fighting off for each other, but old generation, they've lost only 1 player, so that's kind of a man advantage against 7-shot.
Yeah, I know that man advantage will come of big use because a place like Bhima Sakti Strip is not only going to give you a lot of loot, but it's also make you going to contest with lot of other teams as well. It is team T and B on the other end, very close to. Oh, it's the Vectors who are going to come into the Bhima Sakti Strip. Just imagine if they also come into play. I think the Vectors will have an higher advantage against those two because they have 1 and 2 men down against this team. So looking back to what could be one of the best teams, have already lost 1 or 2 players amongst themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole day is becoming very unpredictable as the game goes forward.
It's just not unpredictable. It's just words running out of the mouth to express the feeling of we are feeling as casters. Starting at here and casting these matches from players from different regions and throughout the India. They're just making very new strategies and amazing gameplays right there. While team number 3, they have 3 players alive, 2 kills into the hands. That's already 4 points has been made, and the first kill actually, the first blood actually was taken down by old generation. But old generation right now, they're on a cloud 9 because they've actually got 2 kills at their hands. They might be one of those leading teams right now for the moment on top of the scoreboard, while they actually have to wait in the wings in order to get to the top 3 right there. While Binko 5 came in, looks like they had a pretty good loot right there, but they might be having a close fight against team number 12 anytime soon.
Yes, it's going to be team number 12 versus team number 8, which is going to have a skirmish over here. These small fights can, decrease the number of people in the final circle, due to which it's going to be a bit of an issue for themselves as they move on further, because it's not only going to burn your resources, and if one of your player gets taken down as well, it's going to be a bit of an issue. So Sentosa being only, it's a home for only one team. That is going to be team number 6. Even though we have team number 8 and 12 in the same vicinity, most of them are not going to take for those fights. Team 8 will have to regroup soon because team 12 right now strategizing to come in. I think the first shot could be taken over here against team number 8, but cleverly they come into one spot. Team number 8 and team number 12. The fight could begin any second now.
Definitely. TNB Saram on the other hand have actually taken down a TE engine and they actually confirmed the kills right there. While it's going to be Dark Fighters right now waiting. The grenade comes in, but unfortunately it won't be of any use because any of the position, and Chan FF has actually taken a kill onto one of those players, and now it's a very difficult situation. He could not confirm the kill, but he's waiting right there to take him down. BNCO 5 Gaming, they have 5 players in their hands and they're 4 players in their hands, and they look very good with the positioning that they have right now.
Yeah, they're using the higher ground as well as team number 12 try to cluster them around, but I just really like the way team 12 was able to hold off that one compound which is in front of them. In case the grenade which came in could knock out 1 or 2 players, that could have been the beginning of their end. On the other end, we can see that Exa Mafia right now connecting some shots. I just love the way opener came in from on the other side. Make sure he gives a little bit of an opening for team 8. Very clever gameplay coming in from them as well. Team number 12 in a bit of a trouble. We'll see Gucci gets taken down. It's going to be BNK, a little bit of a trouble, but they get revived as well. So team 12 versus team 8, close fight, close vicinity, and it's already started.
And there comes the push by team number 12 into the compound of team number 8, while it's going to be one player who actually taken out an entire flank. He's right now in the below. He's having a close fight with the 12, but unfortunately gets knocked out and gets the confirmation of the kill. 2 players down from the team number 12 inside the compound. 2 players outside the compound. That's only 1 player. Actually, 2 players standing inside the compound from team number 8. And there comes another kill for team number 8, taking 3 players down from team number 12. Oh my god, what is happening? Team number 8, they have entirely taken down and wiped off the squad of Dark Fighters. Dark Fighters, they couldn't have been the best fighters that they've got in the hand.
Yeah, but one lone survivor is still there of Dark Fighter. Yeah, Psych did the right thing to run away. Probably he'll be fighting for those placement points because the next 2 games they can come back for the revenge. On the other end, it's going to be team number 10 versus team number 4. I think this is the biggest mistake team number 4 could ever do. They are all sitting under one watchtower, which will be contested anytime soon. One grenade can make a lot of difference. Vectors are right now taunting them to be, wake up. They're going for those headshots. They're making sure that they use the resources of health kit, clearing off most of the resources. If you don't have health kit in the later stages, obviously once you get knocked down, there's no getting up, and it's going to be easy kills as well. So Vectors do know that this is the best thing to do. SKS shotguns, they're loaded up really well. 9 health kits, 8 health kills. They're having the best time in this game. They might get sandwiched. Team number 4 is already sandwiched between team number 2 and 10, but it's going to be tough for them to come out of this.
It's quite not making it a sandwich situation. It can be the rebel situation right there. While if you've been watching the previous watches, Noob Kings, they've actually had a very aggressive angle from Watchtower. Well, Watchtower, sometimes it's unpredictable, sometimes it's predictable, but 1 grenade is enough for all the squad to take the entire squad take down. While team number 3, they're actually taking their way towards team number 10, so they might be having a fight.
Yes, team number 2 watching all this silently, some far away. Team 10 is also being contested by someone else a little above from the ridge. I don't know who it is. Now they're trying to fall forward into the lower part as well. I think it's team number 1 far away who's trying to use those snipers and to take them out. Team number 3 has come in close vicinity with team number 1. So the Run Gaming is trying to take a different rotation at the Bhima Sakti strip. Team number 3 all regrouped at the same spot. Everything is becoming a little bit of a mess, as you see. Everybody have exchanged enough number of bullets as well. Team number 3, last player of team number 3 is over here, aka I think he'll, as we have already spoken before, he's going to be playing for those placement points. Once the circle gets smaller, there's going to be a lot of action, and that is when we can do the talking.
Yeah, I did not see old generation getting down to only 1 player standing. He has to go to that extra mile if he wants to make it to the top 3 and get those points. While it's going to be Reaper, Gen Reaper getting knocked down right there. We have talked about Reaper, and it's actually Dr. Doom also getting knocked down. Team number 4, they've actually being watched by Team Vectors right there. So Team Vectors, they have the advantage. They know exactly where the entire team number 4 is standing. I mean, only if you had a grenade in his hand, Arka. It's all about just 1 grenade when it comes down to 4 people. I mean, 4 players starting at a watchtower.
Yeah, but they're down by 1 man, right? Team number 4 was down by 1 man. It's only 3 players who are alive right now. Yesh was the one who got taken out early on. So, I mean, they're pretty much confident about the position as well. Even though a grenade comes in, probably they'll put up a glue wall against it because it's a small place of vicinity, which could happen. So, let's see how the game is going to go forward after this. as of now, it's the circle which is formed up, and look at the cluster which is formed inside of the circle as well. Everybody are over there. It's going to be team number 11, team number 9, team number 4, team number 10. Everybody are over there. So this fight is going to be so big. It's not going to be skirmish anymore. It's going to be a big battle for the finish.
Right now, yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. But team number 1 right now, they have 4 players standing, but there's only 1 player left from old generation. That's going to be Akash. It's going to be Akash pretty much. I will not gonna take the entire name of him. It's Akash Swathama. I mean, these players, man, these gamers, they really put up difficult names. It's not only the caster's job, it's actually the players.
I think he went for the name Ashwatthama.
Yeah, but dude, there was a K in it. That's why I got confused.
I think it's AK Ashwatthama.
Oh, yeah, that pretty much made sense. These players are really annoying. Even I have a really annoying name, but that's beautiful, Elika. Yeah, coming back, Parrot Troop, they're inside the compound. They've got all the eyes on the teams actually rotating towards them. Well, it can be a close fight happening between team number 8 and team number 11. They both are in the same compound, but only if they get to know team number 8, they have been warned once again. Right now, even one of the players from team number 11 walks down the stairs. It's like, what is happening down below there? And team number 11, they actually tried the level best to take one of the players from team number 8 down, but successfully he came into the compound. He healed himself. It's going to be a double vector setup coming in from one of the players from Parrot Troops.
Yes, it's gonna be BNK who's gonna suffer a little bit as Killer comes in, gives an opening for the team. As opener gets taken down, it's Gucci versus Oman, who will be running back in the. They want to save their lives for that placement points, but probably they might get hunted down right now because see. Eventually, they ran so far away from one another, they'll have to regroup at some point. But team number 11 will be happy with that one free kill which came knocking at their door, and the opportunity was being grabbed eventually.
Yeah, definitely. The opportunity was grabbed. While team number 11, they look quite the confident right now with 4 players alive. Only 1 kill into their hands. They made it to the... Actually, did you see the fact that this is not even one single team eliminated? 12 teams, they're still there. Only 36 players alive. That means there are a lot of teams who've been not entirely wiped out, but there are 1 or 2 players left from those squads. While we can see team number 4, they have only 3 players left. They're at the watchtower. They're playing a very passive gameplay. Team number 10, they have the 4-man squad alive. Chan might be making his way towards the watchtower because Vectors, they already know that team number 4 is inside that watchtower.
Yes, the placement points will actually now matter a lot as the zone has taken a drastic shift to the center where it's going to be that small place between the peak and clock tower. I think this game can bring out a lot of gunpowder frontal battles as they have to make it into the zone. There was a time when everybody were inside the zone. Now it's come up to that spot where only few players will be inside it. Dr. Doom is trying to give in some opening so that they can get revived, but doesn't do it. Ayush gets taken down. It's going to be Reaper on the other end. It's going to be HP Pro coming into the game. Your favorite team.
Finally.
I'll allow you to take us through this game.
Definitely HP Pro, they've got 1 kill into their hands, but unfortunately right now it's going to be a close fight happening between team number 6 versus 9, while Jenny Lights are actually taking down players from HP Pro. One of them have been knocked, and there comes the confirmation of the kill. Team number 6, they're in big trouble right now. Genelites, they've got their eyes, but they're only down to 2 players. Can they do much? It's going to be Reaper from Genelites who actually made that booyah in the playoffs to HP Pro. They're down to 1. They actually got taken down from 1 player, so it's 3 alive. They've got 2 kills, that is equal to 4 points. They know where exactly both the players are sitting, behind the rock. They have a grenade. They can put that grenade to a good as, but it's the player which is playing. If he has that idea that he has a grenade in his hand, and if he can confirm the position of both of the players standing right there. HP Pro, please show it. I'm waiting for that game. Please throw a grenade right there.
Yes, I know HP Pro do realize that they have a grenade. Only 1 player amongst them have a grenade, but the opposition team number 9 also have a grenade with them.
Yeah.
In case you go out in the open trying to throw those grenades, you might get spotted as well. It's team number 1 versus team number 8, which is taken off over here. Team number 8 is only down to 2 people, so it's going to be a bit of a tough fight for them to go through team number 1. But in case they do it, then their names will be written in the book of legends as well. But
yes,
it's Run Gaming who are having the best spot. They know that it's the oppositions have only two players, and eventually they're going to take them down as well. On the other end, the kill feed is going bonkers as most of the fights are happening on the other side. Over here, OTYT is one player who's going to be running, who's going to be playing it for them over here. Team number 5 are down as well. I'm not able to see most of the fights which is going to happen apart from the kill feed going bonkers, but hopefully the final fight is where we'll be able to watch and do well as we watch it going on.
Yes, I'm right now caught between two stools. It's going to be team number 1 and 11. I mean, if team number 11 and 1 can make a beautiful gameplay, I think they have the entire advantage. But team number 12, the last player standing for the team, will get taken down immediately by Gokul. Right now, Arka, the game has just begun. It's 9 teams inside a very small zone. That's 4th zone already been done. And that's to team number 1. I think they have to make a quick rotation, as there's only one player watching out for them. That's going to be team number 8. The last player standing, or else it can be a sandwich situation for team number 8 if team number 10 starts to watch an eye out for team number 8. Generalites, they're down to 2 players, and right now Krish might actually push up towards the Generalites, but they unfortunately do not have the position. And there comes the jump shot. Rahul, this man is just insane with the shotgun. He actually knocked out Krish, but the Chronos shield is coming into the play. They've healed himself while Mafia is going to take a shot immediately onto the player. Krish has been revived. Now it's a very difficult situation for Generalites, giving away that position. Krish, he's very angry. He might push. He's using that glue wall to the good use, while Chan FF is going to be taking down Infinity, and TNP Saja are also taken down. And there comes Path taking down Reaper, and the squad finish might be coming up from Krish right there, while actually one of the players is down to really low HP. Rahul, the last player standing in from Generalites, he's playing with those glue walls at the moment right now.
Goodness.
And there you go.
A grenade launcher comes out of nowhere and takes down one more player. This could be an advantage for Paratroopers. They'll be getting taken down as well. Paratroopers were against one last player over there, but look at who came from behind. It's going to be HP Pro who came into the help. I think HP Pro exactly knew what was happening because they could hear the gunfights which were happening close by, and they took advantage of it. So Paratroopers, even though they have 3 kills, they have 2 men down. Kill and Part will be the Parth and Killer will be the 2 players who would want to take down the revenge against HP Pro over here. They'll be all sorted out to take this happen, to make this happen. Whereas team number 8 right now, the last player of team number 8 is fighting to get. He wants this placement points as 4 teams are left out. This could be huge placement points even though they get it. The fight which happened over here was so defensive. We couldn't reach out for most of them. As we can see, it's going to be the Paratroopers who's going to be having some tough time.
Definitely Run Gaming, HP Pro, they are the knight in shining armor, and as every cloud has a silver lining, HP Pro have once again proved themselves. Right now they're going to push through the zone while it's going to be a third party danger thing for them, while team number 8, the last player standing, is still making it, is the lone survivor, while team number 6 and 1 might be having a close fight. That's going to be Sarkar taking away those shots. Well, unfortunately Gucci got spotted, BNK Gucci, that man, he has actually got knocked out pretty much. I mean, he's down to really low HP while talking. It's going to be behind the trees. So that grenade coming into the play, can it do damage? Yes, it did damage, but it could not knock any of the player right there. While the time is clicking down, Arka, 5 seconds and the zone starts to shrink again.
Yes, Run Gaming gets taken down. I just love the way Gucci was able to do something over here. I think it'll be the lone player who's going to fight it out. Run Gaming will be left out with 1 player. Team 6 has 3 players left out right now. It's your favorite team which is dominating for sure. And they acquire the Booyah with the final kill. And it'll be a big smile on her face as we're going to come live. It's going to be the HP Pro proving themselves again with 8 kills, being a little safe, being a little sensible as well. Run Gaming with 7 and BN with 6. Gucci will be the last player who's going to survive till the end. But look at that smile on her face, and look at the look. It's a very good prediction altogether.
Definitely, I expected HP Pro to be starting on top as usual because I know the kind of gameplay they've been playing. You know, I could have made it predicted out something in my mind saying that HP Pro could not make it because old generation and 7shot, they've got one chance again.
Yes.
But 7shot and old generation, they actually had a quarrel between themselves, and they've lost much of the players right there. So I think that was the only disadvantage for old generation and 7shot not making it into top 3. But I'm happy. HP Pro, they've proved themselves. A knight in shining armor, that's the name I'm going to give for the team. They've beautifully played. Although one player was down from HP Pro, they successfully managed to take down the entire team number 1.
Yeah, I know, because there was one other player who was being a thorn in the finger for them.
BNK Gucci, right?
Yeah,
From the team
BNK
number
Gucci
8.
was he was so well set over there. He made sure that see, I can't take two teams of 4-3 against one player.
Yeah.
So what did he do? He tried to taunt them, make sure he grabs their attention. A divided attention will always be a little bit of a trouble for anybody. So their attention got divided, and the team which made the best use of it was your favorite team.
Definitely HP Pro, this team is just so insane to talk about. You know, they do not take any kind of initial fights.
Yeah.
And right now,
yeah.
we'll just quickly jump to the highlights, Arka.
Yeah, I know. Jumping into the highlights, we'll be able to see how it was executed. Old generation, one last player was alive. He couldn't go through it. BNK Gamer, this is what I was telling you. Look at it. The whole team gets taken down. Omen also gets completely annihilated. But eventually, that one player survives till the end. Where Gen Elites also had a good chance over here. But again, they were contested with team number 6. And team number 6, the Knight with the silver lining, were always over there to take them out. Run Gaming, I thought that they had a better spot as well. But Vector started to, dismantle them one by one.
Yeah.
Team 12, the last player, also gets taken down. The Vectors had some good number of kills.
This
jump shot was really good.
Yeah, definitely. I love the way how, Gen Elites, they still had that chance of taking down the entire squad only if they did not give away that position. While it's got to be Chris shutting down BNK05. Last player standing. This guy, I was talking about BNK Gucci, was standing behind the tree, was actually making two players fight right there. And look the way how HP Pro entirely eliminated team number 1 and taking it down to the first position. There comes Shibuya. Beautiful headshot in the end. BN05 Gaming, they have tried their level best. I mean, it's still the first, match. We still have Kalahari to come in the next after a little short break. And we still have Bermuda. So still 2 maps left for old generation in 7 shot. I'm expecting from you guys, you shouldn't be really taking those initial fights if you want to make it to the top 3.
Yeah, I think as casters, sometimes we get biased with few of those teams.
Yeah.
But out of nowhere, there will be teams which come out flying out like we have not predicted. But for now, let's look at the most valuable player. It's going to be RJ Heyman 29 with 5 kills, with the least number of damage for a number like 5 kills, 1928 damage, which shows that his kills were precise.
Yes, definitely. I mean, if you add that look at enemy, if you fire a shot, and definitely it's going to be a kill coming in from Heyman 29 right there. It's going to be Chan FF's Vector with 3 kills, 2-1 damage, 2 headshots. That's a lot greater damage compared to the MVP BNK Gucci from BNK05 Gaming with 3 kills, 409 damage and 2 headshots, Arka.
Yeah, then comes Mafia from Team Hind with 3 kills and 1,000 damage, and then comes Sarkar, from HP Pro. We can see that HP Pro have 2 names over there, but the rest 3 teams, that is Team Hind, Team BNK, and then Team Vector. The three different names popping up as we were speaking. There is no 7 shots, and there is no. Probably there was one other team which we spoke about in the previous time, the top 3 teams. But Vectors, BNK5 and Team Hind, these 3 teams are the teams which you'll have to watch out for, because the kind of damage which the Vectors have been really huge. Let's look at the points table after the game 1, match 1 which has happened of group number 4. HP Pro will be the team which will be standing on top with 36 points. Run Gaming right behind them, as we were speaking about new names popping up. Run Gaming 7 kills, 31 points.
Yeah, we should definitely have an eye on Run Gaming and BNK05 Gaming, because they just have the top 3 teams, they only have the difference of 1 kill. HP Pro with 8, Run Gaming with 7, BNK05 Gaming with 6. Those kills, they really matter. All the points looks like they're into the favor of HP Pro because of only one reason, and that's got the booyah that they got carried away.
Yeah.
While Run Gaming 31 points, BNK05 Gaming 27 points. I think there's a lot of difference between the 3rd position and the 4th position. You almost have around 10 points difference.
8 points.
Yeah, 8 points
so
difference.
It's going to be an 8 points difference. But that one thing which is right now bothering me is the position of 7th shot and old generation.
Old generation are actually right now in 11th position, which is quite a big problem for them.
Yeah, well, speaking about all the other teams, I want to tell you, the people who are sitting at home, you can form a best of 12 to grab those diamonds which is going to pop up on your screen. All you have to do is go to your chat, click Snapdragon, type Snapdragon, and give a small space, then put your UID and then snap it
Spam it in the chat.
After 4 games of straight gameplay, I think I'm losing my tongue. So spam it in the chat, and then eventually you have to subscribe as well, because it's not one day of giveaway. It's going to be the giveaway throughout the tournament, and additionally you're going to have some action as well.
Definitely. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you do that, because you know, the entire Snapdragon Qualcomm Conquest, they're giving away 13,000 of diamonds every day. So yeah, we will get back to you after a short break.
Yes.
Enjoy premium mobile experiences wherever you go. You deserve a premium device powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 5G mobile platform. Experience cutting-edge 5G speeds in more places, allowing for fiber-like internet speeds, low latency, and fun new experiences. Can you believe the driver is a mile away? With 5G, imagine remote driving from a different country or continent. Snapdragon 888 features Qualcomm Fast Connect 6900 connectivity system, taking Wi-Fi to the next level with multi-gigabit Wi-Fi 6 speeds. Whether you're at home or in a coffee shop, you deserve fast and reliable Wi-Fi when you need it. Experience wireless audio on par with wired. Enjoy sync-sensitive entertainment like video games or shows.
Open YouTube.
With low latency and premium audio quality.
Take me to Qualcomm's podcast.
You deserve a voice assistant that actually listens. Experience better voice recognition for a multitude of tasks, even when your environment becomes noisy.
Stop. Call Earl.
Turn on noise cancellation for the benefit of you and everyone on the call.
Hello? So loud.
Hold on, let me turn on the noise cancellation. Can you hear me better now?
Much better, much better.
Great.
When it comes to your device, you deserve a total connectivity powerhouse. You deserve premium mobile experiences. You deserve Qualcomm Snapdragon.
Staying connected is now more important than ever, and 5G strengthens those connections. Qualcomm's 5G leadership is supporting virtual ways of learning, even in remote areas. And wherever 5G is helping to make driving safer by connecting cars to the road, traffic lights, and everything else. You'll see our 5G leadership on the smart factory floor, where wireless connectivity is making everything more efficient. You'll see it transforming industries like agriculture, and where 5G is helping an entire festival to live stream the show at the same time. See our 5G leadership powering always connected mobile PCs, and wherever multiplayer gaming is connecting more friends in real time. At Qualcomm, we remain focused on transforming industries, creating jobs, and supporting the economy. The invention age is here. Staying connected is now more important than ever, and 5G strengthens those connections. Qualcomm's 5G leadership is powering always connected mobile PCs at a time we need it most. The invention age is here. At Qualcomm, we invented the breakthroughs that made 5G possible. That means you'll see our 5G leadership transforming industries like agriculture. The invention age is here, and it's about to change everything. Staying connected is now more important than ever, and 5G strengthens those connections. Qualcomm's 5G leadership is supporting virtual ways of learning, even in remote areas. The invention age is here. At Qualcomm, we invented the breakthroughs that made 5G possible. You'll see our 5G leadership on the smart factory floor, where wireless connectivity is making everything more efficient. The invention age is here, and it's about to change everything. At Qualcomm, we invented the breakthroughs that made 5G possible. That means you'll see our 5G leadership wherever multiplayer gaming is connecting more friends in real time. The invention age is here, and it's about to change everything. At Qualcomm, we invented the breakthroughs that made 5G possible. You'll see our leadership wherever 5G is helping to make driving safer by connecting cars to the road, traffic lights, and everything else. The invention age is here, and it's about to change everything. Staying connected is now more important than ever, and 5G strengthens those connections. Qualcomm's 5G leadership is supporting virtual ways of learning, even in remote areas. You'll see our 5G leadership powering always connected mobile PCs, and wherever multiplayer gaming is connecting more friends in real time. At Qualcomm, we remain focused on transforming industries, creating jobs, and supporting the economy. The invention age is here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After a short break, we'll be analyzing through whatever has happened till now. This is Qualcomm Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Open presented by Qualcomm. With me joining again is going to be Dinkar, the best person to analyze with, as I've always told before. So Dinkar, coming back into the game, there's a huge shift of pace when it comes to yesterday's gameplays and today's gameplays, and even the first day as well. There was so much of aggression in the field of battle that we couldn't, we were all on the top of our voices. But today, it's all coming down to being a little defensive. What do you have to say? Is it the weaker of the teams, or is there strategy in that way?
Yeah, I kind of got that thing from the drop locations itself, because when we started off yesterday, we had all the teams actually looking for the center in the initial phase only.
Yeah.
But today, when we started the game, it was teams going for the edge drops, and I was kind of surprised by that, because the early fights, it helped a lot of teams gain momentum, initial momentum, and that helped them to go away with those booyahs and top 3 spots. But today it was a kind of a different scenario where teams were not looking for the center. It was just the ZZ army going for the Bima 60 strip in the initial phases. Other than that, all the teams were situated on the edges. And even when we went to Kalahari, we were seeing a lot of fights on the northern edge and the southern edge. So that tells you, that gives you the picture the teams are looking to survive here rather than going for those fights and getting those initial kills that can get them initial points. Right now, the first game is done and dusted, so now it's down to the first 2 games. Now the next 2 games actually Kalahari and Bermuda, that will be coming up. But if you, again, as you talked about, it was a kind of slow-paced game.
Yeah.
And now I guess teams might have learned their lesson, and I expect a little more paced Kalahari. But let's see if that comes into picture in this one.
The shockers for us will obviously be teams like Old Generation and 7 Shots, who are not able to perform. The Old Generation is at the 11th spot, and when we have seen them, how they were able to dominate in the playoffs. So what do you think will be that one reason, and what do you think they should do to bounce back in the next game?
I still feel that it's just your approach that changes a lot of things. When you are going into the first game and it hasn't gone well for you, there are 2 options for you. The first option is to come back a little stronger and play a little more offensive than what you have done in the past. And the second option is to be defensive again and kind of go for that slow approach, trying to stay alive till the end. And I guess that's the worst approach, because if you want to stay alive till the end, the best thing you can do is to eliminate those opponents and go with response. But right now it's going to be Kalahari again coming up on your screens. We are starting with 12 teams and 47 players. It's going to be again. I mean, Team 1 is definitely looking for refinery there, but other than that, I can still see teams looking for all those edges.
Yeah, it's very clear that only one team is always jumping forward for the blue zone, which happens. And early on, once the blue zone is visible, most of the teams will want to go there. And you can see all teams are equally distributed around the map. And there is not going to be any kind of early skirmishes which is going to take place, which could be a really good thing. But we saw Team 9 and Team 6 almost had a chance of fight off at Santa Catarina. But I don't know how well it's going to end up for Team number 9, as there's only one player close to team number 6.
Yeah, Ayush can actually get an opening here if he can come up with some plays. If he can get a knock here and maybe a confirmation and then fall back to his squad mates, that will be good. But it's even better that he's not going into those early fights. He's not risking himself for those initial kills. Gen squad, if you talk about them, one of the only reasons that they are playing in this playoffs 3, it was Reaper. His team, I mean, all of the team was down at one point, and then Reaper stayed alive till the end. And not only he stayed alive, but he also went away with that booyah to guarantee his team a spot in the playoffs 3. So now it's time for them to show what they have got. But the start is not that good for them, as one of the players has already been knocked out.
Yes, this is what HP Pro have been doing in the previous games, They made sure that they use the best use of the frontal battle which they see. If they see an enemy, they make sure they take them out. And eventually, that is what Sean Frost has done. He's taken down 2 players, both Rahul as well. And he confirms one as well. So this is giving a big opening for Team HP Pro. And look at the cover which is coming out. The cover from Sarkar was really good. Otherwise, Dr. Doom would have taken out N29, who was being one of the strongest fastest player of the team right now.
Yeah, Antonio was actually trying to come up from the other side, but it was a very beautiful cover coming in from the other side, as you mentioned. But Dr. Doom has been spotted, and he's on very low health points right now too. With that scar, can be very lethal as he's trying to rush in. He knows that the other player is low on health. No guns coming in from Doom. He'll pay the price for it. He has been knocked out. The confirmation arrives as well. DB2, HP Pro, repeating what they have done in past, recreating their dominance, as Jen is already down to the last two players. Reaper still alive, still up and running, but can he continue the momentum? Can he recreate what he did in the playoffs too? That still remains a question for a little later. As Reaper, he has the high ground, but how well can he use that? That will be told in a little while.
Yes, Reaper goes in for the prone at a very vulnerable spot in case he gets pointed out over there, even because of his glowing character. I think he's going to be in a little of a trouble. But look at what Ayush is doing. And I don't think somebody is going to jump over there and see whether Reaper is waiting for them, because Reaper will always have that opening on that shot. His aim is going to be at that corner, especially to the head of a person who's trying to jump in. But HP Pro is not one team you can, take so lightly, because that team has such good firepower on a frontal battle that they can take him out easily.
Yeah, it's not just the firepower that they carry. They're also carrying the confidence from the last game. So that is actually is going to elevate their position in this one, as Sean Frost is looking for those last two players, but they don't have any sights over those players. And looking at Gen right now, they are playing it a little slow since they are low in numbers, so they are making every moves cautiously. They're not even moving right now, and that can be very lethal for HP Pro, because they have got the kind of ideal start they would have wanted. But if they lose out on a couple of players by this casual gameplay, that is going to harm them in the later run. But Team 11 in a very close proximity to Team 7, if we talk about them, Team FFESP, they're looking for some loot right now. There are no early confrontations coming into play here, and they'll loot this region very clearly. But after that, if you talk about the rotations, it can cause a very harm to them, just because if you look at Team 11, they are coming in from the top side, on the northern side. On the eastern side, we have confinement, and we saw teams, if they are moving in from confinement, there will be a battle in Bayfront or on the southern side of Bayfront. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to.
Yes, let's wait out for those skirmish. But there's one question which always pops up on my mind whenever I see players going on with one another. What do you have to speak about GZ Army not making into the next round?
Yeah, I guess a lot of expectations were coming in from them, and they were playing well, but it was just that they couldn't meet the ends, as it's going to be Team Hind trying to rush in. A lot of expectations are from them as well. They are one of the powerhouses in this game. Team 2 and Team 1 in a very close proximity, but I guess one of the players from Team 1, it's OTYT if I'm not wrong, who has overcommitted a little, but if he can make the play, that won't count, as Bandit is going to spot him out. A lot of shots coming in from him, unfortunately not to any good, as JR has been spotted as well, but it's YT will bite the desk. He has been knocked out. It's ABJ getting that opening from a distance, but will that confirmation arrive? That still remains a question, as ABJ will be moving towards his squad mate. Beast might just be the next man who might fall down, but the P90 from him can be very lethal.
Yes, I know. Beast is one player who can really connect some good shots in the close range, and he also being very confident with whatever agents he has. But this could be one mistake he's done. He's used Chrono so early on. I think he might be spotted at this point of time. He comes in from behind. Beast takes one player down, but was not able to connect well, and Beast gets cleared out as you had predicted. I think this could be the end, the beginning of the end for team number 2.
Yeah, but the revival will be coming through from their side. 7 shots off to a very good start. They were knocked out, but it was just the team play that has saved the team as of now. The revival will be coming through. The danger zone is on Refinery, and this is what I was talking about. One of the players overcommitting. Yes, it can actually provide you with an off angle, but it was not the case this time, as he was spotted. He actually shot a very good fight with the knock, but unfortunately no cover coming, which it will mean that the other team will get you, at some point of time, and it happened. But right now, Dark Fighters in confinement, they took a very good drop. It's paying off for them. They are looting this area very clearly and very easily as well. But as we talked about it, the rotations will be kind of hard for them, since the circle at one point won't be favoring them because they have taken an edge drop. But now, if you talk about the danger zone, it can act as a spoiler for both the teams. Finally, it has disappeared, and it will ease the tension on Team 11's part. But let's see how this drop of Refinery is going to come up on their part.
We have not seen Paratroopers also perform in the previous game as much as what they have done in the playoffs. So I am looking forward for 7 shots Paratroopers as well as Old Generation to pop out of nowhere in the table, because in case they do not, then they'll have a little bit of an issue. So I just hope that everybody comes out with something huge. But let me look back at what Gucci did in the previous game. BNK05 Gaming Gucci, he was the lone player left, and he carried it into the top 3. And it did help the team retain some placement points.
Yeah, it actually helped them gain a good position as Team 2, trying to spot out a few players from the players of Team 11. 7shot, they have got that one kill, but I would still feel that it's important to have those numbers situated at the right location. They have done that, but since there are a lot of teams here, it actually, you know, they can come up with a potential third party here. Run Gaming, they have lost out on Beast early, and this is what I was talking about. Beast was just, if you talk about them, he was leading the charge for his team, but unfortunately that didn't work out. Team 1, still they are looking to survive. But we talked about this, you know, in the starting of the game itself. If you want to survive, you need to take the, you need to have a comfort zone built around you. You want to have that kind of confidence with the first initial 2-3 kills maybe. That would guarantee you a total of 6 points. That can, you know, ease the tension in the last few circles. Because right now, if you're rusty in the end, you might just go down very early without getting those kills. And ranking points are just not enough if you want to move to the next phase.
I just love the way the zone has formed over here. It's given most of the refinery a chance to fight out. But look at where Sub lies. And there's no team near Sub. Sub is one place where you usually get some decent amount of loot. And it is also a different kind of terrain when it comes to Kalahari map itself. So I'm looking forward for any team going near Sub, because a team which reaches Sub will be the team which will be surviving till the end for sure. On the other end, we can see team number 2 is right now calling in some drops. The UAV would have flown above their head, giving their location. Or as the thin line which pops up on the drop will also give their location as well. Refinery will be the next point where a lot of skirmishes can take place. Tell me that one team which you could predict will be in the top 2 in this special match of Kalahari.
You know, I feel that, you know, if you look at Gen Reaper, they are down to 2 players. I would still not count them out just because of the kind of gameplay they have shown in the past. It was just one player making the difference. So, you know, I'm going to make a very brave move, I would say. And I'm going to put my money on just the 2 players. Even if the other teams are still sporting 4 players, I still believe that GE has a chance to move in just because of the kind of rotation and the kind of experience they have shown in the past. But right now they have a very big barrier, a very big wall in front of them. That's going to be Team 6. And this is HP Pro. And they were the team who actually took out those 2 players. And there's a very big saying in Battle Royale games that if you start at the same point, you end up at the same point as well. Just because the rotations are kind of same, but it's not about the rotations right now. As Team Hind, they will be trying to take some shots on Chan FF. Chan FF, this guy was a star in playoffs too. He made sure he's going to go away with all those kills. He's going to take out all the players who are coming in right in front of him. But this time, he's isolated from his team. And he might just go out at any point as he's trying to rush back towards his squad mate. The cover is arriving as well. But will he survive?
I'm not sure whether he's going to survive this, because yes, as I was speaking about it, Yuva takes down Chan. Chan will be cleared out as well. When you take the big head, when you cut off the head of a human body, it's going to be really tough for the rest to survive till the end, and that is what has happened over here as Yuva takes advantage of the high zone, and he's made sure, you know, that most of the work has been done by his side as well. It's ABJ from I think the 7 shots are playing a little more you know, strategic right now. They're putting their head in the game rather than their brain, you know, rather than their manpower, and it'll work out for them eventually.
Yeah, it's going to work out for them as team number 11 still 4 men standing. This is one of the teams that I'm really looking forward to. They don't have any high ground advantage, but yes, they have that hard cover to their name that can help them gain some momentum. But it's all about that initial fight. If some team closes on them and if they throw in a couple of grenades in that house, that's going to hurt them real bad as Pandit gets 1 on 2 killer. Let's see if that confirmation will arrive or not, as we still have 12 teams standing and 43 players alive. Farhan, actually, you know, he has got a very good position, but he has been spotted by the players of Team 1. So that's something that he really needs to look into, as you can already see the players from Run Gaming trying to spot that player out. And if Farhan gets knocked out, there is no coming back from there. Yes, he has a very good spot to his name, but can he survive till the end to actually put that, you know, good place to good use? We'll have to wait for that as well.
Yeah, Farhan is one player who we are seeing is going to be the scout for the team. But in case he gets taken down, it's like the eyes have been plucked out of a human body. So it's really important for him to stay alive. And right now, see, Run Gaming are all concentrating on Farhan being on the top. But they don't know that his teammates are right now trying to surround him and, you know, give them a little bit of a trouble. On the other end, Vector right now taking shots. Again, team number 8, Saran will be able to confirm the kill as well. BNK is going to be in a bit of a trouble as they're losing players one by one, and Gokul will be probably the last. Gokul will be the person who's trying to clear off the team of BNK.
Yeah, Vectors, they are one of the top dogs in this game as well. Saran trying to move in, that's Vectors. they got a knock, but unfortunately they were not able to confirm that. Teammate coming in from the other edge. That's Gen squad again in a lot of trouble, as Gen is going to lose some more. Reaper, the last man surviving. He won't be able to survive. That's Genelites off the boards. The first team to go out. We are down to 11 teams and 39 players. And what Reaper did in the last game was not able to do in this one. I mean, we cannot expect a player only to do all the hard work for his team. Yes, he did that in playoffs too, but you cannot expect him to stay alive till the end in every game. As X-Walker gets one on to Oman, that's another confirmation coming into play. And in this match itself, I feel that Zone is playing a very important role. It's damaging a lot of players, it's getting a lot of kills, as 7S, they are struggling to move into the circle as well.
Yeah, I know this Kalahari zones are the ones which is the strongest when it comes to any other map, because they're going to eat you up so early on. It's the 4th zone which is happening, and look at the kind of skirmishes which are already started out around the map right now. Yeah, the best team which is having to take the sub I had predicted before will be the best team, but my predictions will fall off a little, as here over team 7 shots are having the best spot. They're trying to clear off whoever is available over there. There's one shot which comes up over there from the agent. Now he has a view on that one person. Wherever he moves out, they very well know where that person is. There's team number 10. The Vectors are trying to make it into the zone. In case they get taken out over here, the Vectors will have to fight out harder in the next game.
Yeah, team number 1 still at the same spot from where they started. I don't know if they have enough loot to survive till the end, but they're definitely going to go away with some good ranking points. And it's team number 10 trying to run in. Vectors, they have been spotted. They are being taken down. Saran, the only man surviving. The last line of defense for his team. Team 11 trying to take the best out of that zone. Killer takes 1. That's 2 kills for paratroops. And, they situated themselves here at a very good point. And now they are redeeming themselves as the 3rd kill comes in. That's 6 kill points coming in for them. And they are still up and running. As Team Hind coming in from the southern side of the circle. Ashwathama has been spotted as well. Ritik Star trying to move in. Will he get that kill? Will he spot him out? As the glue walls are coming in from all the sides. A lot of utilities being drawn out. Ritik Star still in the charge.
Yes, Ashwathama has been spotted out as well. Yash on the other hand has been spotted out as well. This is going to be the fight between Team 3 versus Team 4. Team 4 right now having a little bit of an issue because they have a lot of glue walls to fight out with. And they come forward. What a grenade launcher comes in. 2 players get taken down. An amazing gameplay coming in from team number 4. What a grenade launcher. My goodness, finally I'm able to speak more about grenade launchers. This is going to be huge, as team number 4, Team Hind, are going to go with more grenade launchers, which is going to find against the oppositions.
Yeah, Infinite's trying to move in as well. Sean Frost gets one onto Hexiash. Hayash bites the rush, but the revival will be coming through. Team Hind finally living up to their name. But Sean Frost, this guy is a legend. He takes out another. Will Team Hind fight back, or is it going to be HP Pro doing what they do best? They are taking out everyone who's coming in front of them, as we are down to 8 teams and 23 players. And this is a survival for the zone. They're trying to move in, but Sean Frost goes down. And Team Hind versus HP Pro. This is a battle to be seen for a long time. Sarkar gets taken out as well. The glue walls are not helping right now, as YT takes out Frost.
Yes, Team Hind have a little bit of an advantage. Technical comes up with another grenade launcher, takes down Krishna. This is going to be a huge fight which is happening over here. Infinity is right now waiting to produce that grenade launcher. He produces it out, was not able to connect any kind of shots. It's team number 12 who's getting cleared off as well. It's team 1, 7, 2 and 5, the teams which are left out for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, JR coming up with that, grows up with that to good use, as another grenade launcher comes in. Sam taken out as well. HP Pro eliminated at 6th spot. They were one of the best teams in the last game, but this time they go out early, as Team Hind with a total of 8 kills and 2 players are running in a killing spree coming in. But it is team number 1 who has surprised me a lot. They are still surviving with 3 players. They are not taking any fight. They are fighting for those ranking points. They are waiting for the right opportunity. Can they go away with that booyah? That still remains a question.
Yes, it's going to be Infinities which is going to be sparking out one player of Run Gaming. Run Gaming right now has 6 kills in their pocket. It's going to be the fight to the finish between team number 4 and team number 1. Team number 1 gets one more player down. Infinity has that one use of the grenade launcher. I don't know when it's going to come in use. Bandit will be the last player standing over there. He also gets taken down by Yash. It's going to be a heal battle which is going to come in the end. It's the Infinities versus team number 1. They're going to go for the heal battle. I'm just waiting to see who's going to get the best out of this.
Yeah, 2v1 situation coming in. Yash trying to heal up. Infinite goes down. It's going to be the booyah for Team Run Gaming. Run Gaming from the start towards the end, they just positioned themselves right here, and they made the best use of the high ground. They waited for the right opportunity.
Yeah.
They didn't move any inch. They waited, at one point I thought maybe the greed to get those kills will draw them out.
Yeah.
But it was the IGL making the right decisions, waiting till the end. And at one point I thought maybe the resources are not much for them, but they didn't need any, because there was no team on the top. They were just in center till the end. and they made sure they're going to go with this. I predicted this when around 8 to 9 teams were alive.
Yeah.
And the zone, I guess it was a main factor. We talked about this as well. The zone is going to come in at, I mean, it's going to be a vital factor in Kalahari. And yes, it was the fact.
Yes, as I was telling you, there was one point where I thought the Hind will take it because a treatment gun was also coming into use. You know, he was healing and the player is giving him treatment gun. I thought that somewhere that is gonna heal them a little more faster. But I just love the way what the oppositions have pulled off over here. I just love the heart which he gave at the end. You know, showering a lot of love to all the viewers watching this. Thank you so much for an amazing game given by them as well. One team which stood out for you. Name that one team which stood out for you apart from the team which took the booyah.
I mean, it was a team Hind because they were coming up with a lot of kills. Even if they were 2 men down, they still showed a lot of heart, as this is where the things started to go from bad to worse for Team Gen. You know, they lost out to a couple of players early, then they were taken out by HP Pro. But HP Pro, when 7 teams were alive, I was expecting a lot better for them, but unfortunately that didn't work out. Saran was very good with his sprays. He took out BNK very early, and it was the eagle eye view that actually helped them to take that out. But a lot of fights outside the zone, that was something that surprised me a lot, because these are experienced teams. They try to, you know, they don't wait for the zone to push them into the circle, but this was the case this time. As you can already see, a lot of teams were forced into the circle, and the other team took the best advantage of it. But this is where I think Team Hind, if they would have survived with 3 players here, that would have been much better. But since they lost 1 player here, their chances of taking that booyah were thinned.
Yes, that is Infinity coming with the grenade launcher. For the first time, we saw grenade launcher being used in good use as of today. And then comes Yash out of nowhere. I thought that Yash will be the one who's getting taken out because of the way he was rushing in. But he was able to give some good, really good backup over there. And that is what happened at last. Yash, I saw Yash giving it a treatment gun. Yash was trying to get the treatment gun from Infinite, but couldn't get it. And OTYT, you know. He exactly had predicted that there's going to be a heal battle which is going to happen. So it made sure that, okay, let me all heal up and be ready. I'm going to hold up on the top. My team is not going to allow the other teams to come up. So I'm just going to go for the heal battle. And then everything was done. His adrenaline was full. And that's the best outcome we could always ask for.
Yeah, I guess booyah was cooked by a lot of teams there. It was Team Hind, and then STI as well coming in from one side, Gen also coming up. But it was a Team 1, you know, Run Gaming, who took away all the spotlight, took away all the food, which was cooked by some other teams. But right now we'll have to look at the MVP. It's going to be Infinite from Team Hind. I did expect that, you know, even if Run Gaming has got the booyah, they didn't come up in a lot of fights. Team Hind was in leading if you talk about the kill points there. So it's going to be 5 kills coming in from Infinite and a total of 1958 damage as well.
Yes, Infinite's got most of the kills at that one circle when he started to push in with the grenade launcher. I think you need to know your guns really well. The previous games, I did not see it come in big use, but Paratroopers on the other end having the least number of damage over there at the 3rd spot. And Team Hind, you know, top 2 players like that, when you have Team Hind who are taking 8 kills on their own, that is 16 points. What do you have to say about the other 2?
I mean, that was amazing. Parakiller coming up from Paratroops, Sibi coming in from Run Gaming, Hex with Star coming in from Team Hind as well. So Team Hind, they are completely dominating the charts here. 60% of their players in the top 5. But Run Gaming, I'm kind of surprised. I'm not going to lie here. Run Gaming spotting a player here because they didn't engage in any of the fights. But him getting 1763 damage, that shows that yes, he was trying his best to go away with those kills. But unfortunately, it's just that they were giving damage, but they were not able to confirm those, as the point standings for the match 2 has arrived. 37 points for Team Hind. Run Gaming, even if they got the booyah, they're still sitting at 2nd spot with a total of 32 points.
Yeah, I just love the way when kill points come into play. Everybody thinks that if I'm going to get that booyah, I'm going to be the one who's going to stand at the top because of the 20 kill points. But that 20 kill points is just acquired by those 10 kills which have been done by Team Hind. Then comes Run Gaming. 7 shot were able to come up a little over here. Paratroopers is also bouncing back. TM Strangers, HP Pro, after dominating in the first game, comes down at the 6th spot. What do you have to say of old generation who was still there at the bottom? In previous game, after the first game, it was 11th spot. Now they are in the 10th spot. Comparing them the way they've dominated in the previous games.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that a little later, as you can participate in the giveaway. You just have to go in the chat. You have to type Elite Gaming and your UID, and you can go away with those 1060 diamonds. We are going to pick 12 winners, and make sure you are subscribing to the channel if you want to increase your chances of going away with those free diamonds.
Yeah, very true. So coming back, old generation's failure throughout the 2 games. Do you think they're going to bounce back like how our Team IND did yesterday?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, X Factor IND. all it takes is when you have nothing to lose, you go all YOLO, and this is what X Factor did yesterday. They didn't have two good games. If you talk about the first two games, they were very bad for them. But in the third game, they were looking like a very different team. It was looking like they were playing a lot freely, and they didn't have anything in mind, and that's what pushed them to do better. And I expect the same kind of thing coming in from them as well. Let's see if that happens. But Run Gaming sitting on the top. This is what yes, they are sitting on the top, but the first game, they came up. It's a very good points coming in from them. 63 points from just 2 games. That kind of guarantees them a spot in top 3. But look at the next two, 55 and 54. Not much different. It's just a matter of 8 to 12 points that are coming up here.
Yeah, it's just that one kill point which can do the difference over there. You know, Team Hind have probably come up because of that one kill, which has bought them another point extra apart from HP Pro. After that, eventually, when it comes to the 5th spot, everything starts to drop down. So if the other teams have to play, especially the bottom 3, if they have to come in bounce back into the top 3, then they'll have to do something more magical than ordinary. 20 kill points plus another 20 kill points and another 20 placement points, it's still not enough. So it's just those 3-4 positions will be fighting out this time.
Yeah, and even if the top 3 teams, if you talk about them, even if they have a good lead, I still feel that they cannot just lay back on their seats. Just because of the fact that we saw the same kind of thing coming in from Gyan Army yesterday. They had around 50 points from the first 2 games, but they were still not able to qualify just because of the fact that they were taken out early in factory. I guess it was in the first in the first few phases only, and they couldn't get those kills. They were eliminated at 12th spot, if I'm saying that correctly. So yeah, they were eliminated 12th spots, and they were not able to go in even after performing so well in the first 2 games. So yeah, there is still a chance.
The same thing happened as well with GZ Army in the previous game as well.
There's still a chance for the other
they held on in the first 2 games, as you were speaking, and the third game they got eliminated so early that they couldn't bounce back and make it into the finals. So I think you were absolutely right, and you were saying.
Yeah, so let's see if any other team. I really have my eyes on the 4th and 5th spot, because yes, there is a difference of around 15 points, but I feel if these 2 teams, if they go out early, and if the other team, if they are going all YOLO, just like how X Factor IND was playing yesterday, and 7 kills extra can get the job done. So this is what this tournament brings to you. Even after seeing the first 2 games out of the 3, even if 66-67% of the game has been done and dusted, you cannot still predict who is going to go into the next phase. All it takes is one good game from any team, maybe a 15 kills booyah, and you have 50 points in your bag, so that can change the complexion of the game completely. Let's see if that happens.
15 kills booyah is more than 50 points, my friend.
This is what I'm talking about.
X Factor India did something similar, right? So let's get back to the match number 3. It's going to be back to Bermuda, where everybody knows the look and corner of this map. I'm looking forward for those teams to dominate from the beginning. There's going to be one team which is already flying off to Sentosa, so most of the other teams will obviously take the northern and the southern part of the map.
Yeah, I was really surprised yesterday when actually all the teams started to fight it out early in the game, and we saw only I guess 12 players alive in the second circle itself. So that's something that I was not used to seeing, since the competition was so high in the first 2 games. But this time I guess teams are not actually putting all in. They are waiting for the right opportunity till the end. Team Hind taking the eastern side of Riverside, whereas in Sentosa we are seeing a team as well. But this is where I guess we'll be having an early fight. Bhima Sakti Strip, bone of contention. Clock Tower also might just be a place where we are going to see an early fight.
Yes, 3 teams at the clock tower. This could be a bit of a problem for the team which is falling back, because the other 2 teams are going to be completely loaded up and they're going to go all in. If I Bandit... see, Bhima Sakti Strip is also getting contested and clock tower is getting contested. That means most of the teams were going in for that shot. And there comes a sniper shot which doesn't connect. Then comes the M60. I think both of it connected for Rodent, and eventually they were able to acquire the first blood. In the end, it's Bandit who will be taking on OG Engineer.
Yeah, the grenade comes in from KDN. He gets rid of Bandit very early into the game. The glue wall comes in as well. The confirmation will be arriving, but it's beautiful coming in from the old generation. Finally, they are going all in, but unfortunately, it's not working in their favor as another confirmation comes in. Roran gets that kill as 7 shot off to a very good start, but 7 shots. Look at that. Roran is looking for some more kills. He's looking for one more on Engineer this time. Engineer, the glue wall disappears, but will Engineer disappear? He's the last man surviving for his team. He's the last defense line, and he'll get taken out as well. That's going to be the P90 coming in, and another team going down.
Right now, 7 shot. I think they've got their eyes onto the OGs right now, and they've entirely wiped out OGs. I kind of missed out the entire, the beginning of the match, but right now, 7 shot. They made the mark for themselves, and in the second match, they look quite confident. While it's going to be team number 6 having a close fight against team number 5, and there comes HP Pro against TM Strangers. HP Pro, Dinkar, you've been watching this team in the previous game also. They've entirely wiped out 3 squads around Lee, and they got the lead on the scoreboard right now, but I don't think they should really go for the fight right now.
Yeah, but I don't think they have an option, as Sentosa is a bone of contention between the two teams. It's going to be Team 5 versus Team 6, TM Strangers going against Strangers, Mad Dika. And I really like how TM Strangers is distributed right now. They have all the angles they need, but will they be able to put that to good use? Because even after those angles, you need the high ground, you need those guns to come up so that you can go with those kills. But it's Team Vectors who's looking for an opportunity here, as a lot of shots being connected on Sean Frost. Shin-chan also, he knows where the play is. Will Sean Frost be spotted? Oh no, actually a lot of health points being taken out, but not enough to knock that out.
Yeah, he was so lucky. I mean, he made that glue wall put to a very good use, and he dodged the enemies right there. Well, he is out of the vision of the enemies. Well, it's going to be TMT Strangers who are going to make their way outside. As the circle has begun to shrink at the moment. Well, team number 5 there on the open ground. They, HP Pro, they have the highest advantage of taking down the entire team number 5 Pro, and there comes Chan. That grenade. Oh my god, the way DB2 dodged the grenade, that was really good. Chan FF, he got a kill for himself, while it's going to be DB2 might be in a big trouble. SPR Walker got spotted out right there. 5 shotting through him, but none of them connect, so luckily that he did not get taken down. Chan FF, I think this man is doing a great job. He has he took down 2 kills.
Yeah, he has taken 2 kills, but I really don't know if it's fate of HP Pro or maybe they are doing it intentionally. But every time they go in, there is always a team on their drop location. They're always fighting it out with some team to get those loot. And even if that happens with them a lot of times, but they're still able to survive till the end. So that is something I really appreciate. But this is something which I didn't expect. Team STR, this was a complete chaotic situation in the starting. But right now, these teams are disengaging. There is a mutual understanding between the two teams that has actually allowed this fight to last for a little longer. But Team BNK playing on the edges of Clock Tower. Team 7, they have the full control over this region. They have the high grounds. They have the top spots. They have some good guns as well. And coupling it with good loot, I guess they are at an advantage. They still have 4 players standing. So this fight will be something to look out for. But let's see if that actually happens, as teammate is still waiting on the edges. You know what they are doing? They are waiting for the right opportunity. And as soon as one of the players from Team 7 he exposes himself, they will be paying the price for it.
Definitely. It's going to be team number 6 and 5. That is going to be HP Pro, who are actually in a bit danger, because there it's Sentosa, and them rotating towards to the circle can be it can take usually a longer time than expected. While team number 11 is moving forward towards the Mass Electric. Team number 5, they're at the Pochnock right now. They might be having a close fight with team number 11. While team number 8, I think they're making it to the other side. Well, can they actually make it out of the entire region right there? And because they have to make it out of Clock Tower. There's already one team, that's team number 7, entirely conquering the team, the entire Clock Tower region. Well, team number 7, I mean, it's not really quite good, to go away, that confidently and roaming around in the inside.
Yeah, but it's Team Hind versus Jen, which is actually getting heated up really quickly here. A lot of shots connected on Ayush. Ayush went down very early in this fight, but it's going to be Rahul in a 1v1 fight. He places a glue wall, tries to fall back, places another to give himself a bit of cover. But Rahul, we won't survive. He's only looking for defense. There is no attack coming in from him. He'll pay the price, but backup arrives at the right time, as Reaper will be trying to go him in. Draw Doctor Doom gets one. If you talk about Team Hind, they are still surviving. Mafia with that car will get rid of Ayush. That's another player off the boards, as we are down to 11 teams and 40 players. But Team Gen, they are finally fighting back. This is what I had expected from them, and it's finally coming true.
Definitely, Gen Elias have also made their level best in the first match. But right now, team number 4, they're quite in a bit of a very bad positioning right now. They're in the low grounds, but team number 9, they've got the advantage of being on the high ground. But only if they can spot out team number 4, although there's one disadvantage coming in for team number 9 right there, Team Hind. They look quite confident. They've got 1 kill into their hands, and right now they're on the low ground. rounds. They have the perfect equipment and resources that they can put to use. They just do not want to give away their position. I think they might have spotted out one player from team number 9.
Yeah, and also if you talk about Team Hind, they have a thing to protect. That's the top 3 spot. Because they are in top 3, they need to protect it, because we have seen in the past that it was Gyan Army who had a very comfortable way in the first 2 games, but they were taken out early in the third game. So Team Hind, they must be watching that, and they know if they go into any unnecessary fight, that will be actually, harming their way into the next league stage that we are going to have. But Hexiash, he's definitely coming on the edges. He's trying to spot out a few players as a grenade comes in from SK, not able to damage much. This is the drop they are fighting for. Sam has been spotted. A lot of shots coming in from SK, not able to connect so well, but Sam is looking to fall back as the backup will arrive from the players of Team 7. But it's Team 10, it's Vectors who are taking this fight, who want to take this fight. But Team 7, they want to fight it on their turf. They don't want to fight it out on Vector terms, and that's why I guess they are looking to fall back. They want to play it in a united way, and that's going to come in from the players of Team 7.
Definitely, to keep the pot boiling, team number 7, they have to stay inside the compounds, because even one player gets revealed. I think team number 10, they have the entire positioning, and right now Sam has been getting some shots out of the AZ, but unfortunately he will not get taken down. But yeah, they quite are in a good position until unless Gokul over there is trying to push it to the compound. Gokul, this man, can he do it? Oh my god, running in the open ground. Is that really a good choice for team number 7? Team Vectors, they have given the advantage for team number 7 to do an entire rotation while Hussein has been taken.
Come on.
He has been knocked down. Furhan, help your teammate. Can you help? He has made the glue wall and then
finally.
But right there, the backup coming in from team number 7. It's outstanding. Unfortunately, Sammy will get spotted. It's going to be Vectors. One play down. Team number 7, they are marking their words. Hussein has been lifted up again. Akhil and Furhan, they're in a very good position. Did you see that push? That's what you call an entire disadvantage coming in from team number 10 right there. They're inside the danger zone. They don't know what to do right now. They don't even have a compound to take that, cover right now at the moment.
Gokul was playing very bravely right there, but he paid the price for it. He got that knock. Unfortunately, it didn't last for too long. But I didn't like how Team 7 was playing. They were just looking to fall back. If they would have turned their backs and maybe would have taken a few shots on Gokul, he would have gone down a little early. Gokul was kind of exposed, and he paid the price for it as the backup finally arrived from the players of Team 10. But unfortunately, that didn't work out for them. Ahil, finally, since they have got that kill, they would want to continue on this momentum as the danger zone. Oh no, it's working against Team 10. They were only down to 3 players, and now the danger zone. I guess the revival will be very hard to pull off here, as Sam has his eyes set on that player, and they must be reading the kill feed there, and they know that the player has been knocked out, and now the other players from Team 10, they are putting themselves at risk for that revival.
Definitely, Sam got his eyes exactly onto Chan FF right there. There comes a beautiful shot, but unfortunately it does not get connected. Chan right now is making fun of himself, but SK, he gets taken down, and an immediate kill coming on to the Chan FF by HSN right there.
What?
TSN, Chan FF has got taken down, and there comes the confirmation coming in. That's only one player standing in for team number 1. That's going to be Saran. I feel very bad for this team. I mean, first Gokul, he pushed, he got the immediate backup from team number 7, and then again the danger zone knocks out. I mean, I've seen very few players getting knocked out of the danger zone. It's just like a next level of bad luck happening to them right now.
Yeah, first the rush didn't work, then the danger zone, and then the third party from teammate. It's a perfect recipe for any team to go out. TNB, they only have Saran standing right now, as BK05 will try to move in, but this Team 5 on the receiving end of the shots of the players of Team 11. Team 11 putting the right round to very use. Kill is not moving away. He's taking those shots. He has taken a lot on Dika, but that, the chrono shield coming up at the right time will buy him some time. Will try to survive for a little longer, but TM Strangers, they're always in the spotlight. Whenever they try to fall back, and they fall back from one location, they put themselves at the second position, but then also they just put themselves into another fight. But Sarkar taking that knock on pass. Let's see if he can connect that, as X-Walker still holding this place really well. In the last match that we saw yesterday, this place, it was very good for Vishnu Charan and company, and they were able to go away with the Booyah yesterday. Let's see if this team can recreate that, as HP Pros playing on the edges, and I guess it suits them because they can spot out a lot of players on the edges, and they can get a lot of kills. And yes, it's happening here. 29 getting that kill onto Killer. He'll get another. Oh my god, Frost coupling it with a very good spray. He gets another as Team 11 is down to 2.
Definitely HP Pro, they still haven't gotten single hand into their hands. Single kill has not been done by HP Pro, but right now they're actually covered by team number 7 who are against their compound, and there comes the shots keeping fire. Sean Frost is down to very low HP. Furhan and his teammates are just waiting to take down the entire team number 6. This fight is happening. There's one player from team number 10 who's still inside the compound. The zone is coming out. It's going to be a third party. Sean Frost taking down Parth can he confirm the kill? Is a real deal over here because one kill and there goes the second double kill coming in from HP Pro and 29 taking out killing right there. So it's only 4 players actually. It's actually 3 players left from team number 7, but one of them is getting rest real quickly. Hussein, Farhan, they have their eyes on team number 6. That is HP Pro. HP Pro, they've got one booyah already, so they are looking quite handsome on the leaderboard. While Hussein, their team does not really look good. Team number 8, actually, they're in a very beautiful position at the peak right now. It's only one player that's in risk. That's team number 10, the lone survivor standing inside the compound. I mean, if he gives away his position, it's very difficult. Or he can be that Soul Reaper who made it to the booyah in the last minute.
I mean, if you look at the last player of Team 10, he has a compound to his name, but it's Team 7 and 6 fighting it out. And I guess at one point, Team 8 might just fight for that compound as well. But if the zone goes towards the other side, it is going to spark up a lot of things. As Ahil, he has his eyes set on the players of Team 6. Team Hin, if you talk about them and HP Pro, they are fighting for the same spot right now. If they go out early, it's going to open up a lot of things for the teams at 3rd and 4th spot, because there was I guess there was a difference of only 14 to 15 points. So 6 to 7 kills can make the difference, and a lot of ranking points as well will be coming out. But it is the zone which is surprising me right now, as it takes a complete eastern shift. BKN, HSN gets a knock on to Psych. Let's see if that confirmation will arrive or not. But after 50 seconds, the zone will start to close in. Psych gets confirmed. Team 7 still has 4 men standing. All the teams are fighting for the rotation into the circle. Shinchan gets spotted as well. A lot of shots being connected on him. Let's see if he can survive for a little longer, as N29, he's receiving a lot of damage as well. It's STR who are making the best out of their numbers. N29 receiving a lot of shots as well. Mercy trying to move in. Will he survive for a little longer, as Shinchan has spotted out a couple of players from Team 6?
Yes, definitely. Now team number 6, that is HP Pro. They are the Knighting Shining Armor, so they've got double kills into the hands. They have team number 5 approaching from the back, and they have team number 9 onto the front. And there comes a grenade. Can he do any damage right there? Will it? And there comes the kill for N29. HP Pro taking down X-Walker. Man, this man is just insane. He's now pushing on towards, and he confirms that kill with that shotgun. This man, GG, well played. Another double kill coming in from HP Pro right there. Unfortunately, he gets knocked out, but it's okay, man. You still have 3 players standing down for your team. HP Pro, this man N29 got 2 kills into his hands. He did the justice with the gun, and right now it's all in the responsibility of DB2, Sarkar and Sean Froster. They have to do this for their team. They've played all the way from playoffs 2 to playoffs 3, and Yuva will take down Shinchan immediately, which is making team number 5 in a big trouble. X-Walker and Mercy left all to themselves in the lower version, but unfortunately team number 12 gets spotted down, and there comes the quick kill from BNK. BNK, they're looking quite confident right now. 3 kills into the hands, that's 6 points.
Yeah, HSN has done all the hard work for his team as the VSS comes out from him. Let's see if he can damage those players, as Team 7 also struggling to move into the circle. Opener gets 1 on 2, and that's another kill. Team 7, team versus teammate. Teammate going for that spray. Let's see if he can actually do that. He gets taken out. That's going to be Mafia with that car. Yes! Oh my god, Mafia. Farhan has been knocked out by the players on as well. Dr. Doom with that spray. Can he connect? Team 6 versus Team 5. And there's a third party coming in as well. T will get 1 onto one of the players from Team 5. He'll get the confirmation as well. But Skywalker is coming in from the other side. Mafia connects another car. That's amazing coming in from him, as Team Gen is down to 3. But they are fighting for it. They are coming in as a third party. They have a lot to win here. Skywalker has been spotted as well. He's struggling with those health points. He'll get taken out. X-Walker, before going down, he'll get TU, I guess, as we are down to 8 teams and 19 players. But the zone, it's betraying everyone, as everyone is struggling to move into the circle. Team 6 still up and running. Sahil and company, if you talk about Ayush, he was taken out early again. That put a lot of pressure on the team. But Sarkar leading his team into the circle, that's something he can do right now, and he can elevate his team's position. But will that work out, as that part of the circle is completely empty?
Definitely, Sarkar, he is the only hope left for his team. That is HP Pro right now. All the HP Pro has got 4 kills into their hands. It's only team number 11 standing inside the circle. They look quite confident, and they're at a very good advantageous position. 4 zones are done. It's going to be a 5th zone coming anytime soon. While team number 1, they're at the low grounds. Team number 11 inside the circle. There's no fight happening. There was a bloodbath just while seconds ago, while these players are trying to make their way inside the zone. You know, step by step, team number 11, team number 4, team number 1, they've almost made their way towards inside, but JR Beast, they know what's happening. Saran takes down opener, but immediately gets traded for Reaper right there. Oh my god, this man right here, he does not have the luck right now. BNK05 Gaming down to 2 players. They lost 2 players, but they still have the kill advantage. So they have 5 kills. Genelites, they're still up and running with 3 kills into their hands inside the zone, while Reaper is going to take down another player. That is Sarkar down. Tinka, that means HP Pro might have been eliminated right there. There's no person left to res him, so he will get eliminated. Team number 4, they're inside the circle. It's a fight happening between team number 1 and 11. Krishnik, they're left, but Beast is going to take that push. He's going to use the shotgun, gets 1 kill on a beautiful headshot. Maybe another one. Can he do this? Another glue wall is coming up. Dinkar, I'm really hyped. That jump shot, will that really work? This man has covered entirely himself, and he actually picked up his teammate right there.
Run Gaming, they did it in the last one. They are doing it again. Paratroop eliminated at 5th spot. As we are down to 4 teams and 12 players. Run Gaming still 3 players standing. They are going to destroy those blue walls so that they can move in the circle. Team 4, they have planted themselves really well inside the circle. They have placed in a couple of players on the edges and 1 player inside. So I guess this is a perfect recipe for Booyah coming in from Team In. But it's team number 1 that they have to fight for. But Gen, they have been on another level in this game itself. Teammate also coming in from the other side. I guess they only have 1 player standing as the opener gets knocked out by the players of Team Out, taking a lot of shots on the players of Team In. But the circle is pushing them. The circle is pushing Team 1. There are a lot of shots coming in from Team In as well. They are maximizing the damage here as BNK05 Gaming, they only had Omen surviving. Omen will get eliminated. That's the end for them as we are down to top 3 teams. A lot of shots coming in from Team 1. Unfortunately, he won't be able to connect, but it's going to be Dr. Doom who are looking for a Booyah here. He'll get 1-to-1 finish. Reaper gets down, it goes down as well. It's going to be Beast who's getting another. But Team In, they are cruising towards a victory here.
Yes, definitely. It's only down to 3 teams right now. Mafia, he has done the justice for Dr. Groom. He has got 2 kills and he eliminates immediately. It's only 2 teams left inside a very small circle. Team number 1 versus team number 4. That is 3 versus 3, 6 players. Only alive right now. They're in a beautiful positioning right now. If they get spotted out, that's it. They're done and dusted. Team number 1 having a very good advantage of standing behind the walls, but it's Yes right there. Ricky Star taking away the piece, the man of the match who could have been gotten the MVP, but unfortunately he's down. That's only 2 players left for Run Gaming. 2 versus 3 situation. Team number 4 entirely pushing down. That's Jay down. That's going to be only 1 man standing. That is going to be Deepak. Gets taken down. IBA Jed, he has the hope left, but nope, that's not going to happen as team number 4 is going to carry away that Booyah. Team Hind did remark themselves once again.
Yeah, Booyah for Team Hind as they are going to go away with 7 kills. So that's going to be a total of 34 points coming in from them. Run Gaming, they did it in the first game. Second game actually, they did it in the third as well. Unfortunately, they were not able to close in on that Booyah just because of the kind of clogging that was done by Team Hind. Team Hind, they positioned themselves inside the circle. And on top of that, they also placed those glue walls on the edges so that, Run Gaming, they cannot move in. And that clogged the way for Run Gaming. They were struggling to move in the circle. And even if they moved in, half of the team was already down. They were down to the last player, I guess it was, who was in a 1v3 situation. And against a team like Hind Gaming, it's always difficult to do. And that's what has proven good for Team Hind as they are going to go with that Booyah and a total of 7 kills as well. Amazing work coming in from them, and I guess that will place them on the top of the points table if I'm not wrong. But Run Gaming, they have also performed really well. They were already sitting on the top, and now with them going out at 2nd spot, I guess they are going to retain their top spot. So Team Hind and Run Gaming, they are kind of sure to move in, but I'm really hyped up about the third team. Who's it going to be?
Definitely. Maybe it can be HP Pro. I don't know how far they've been behaving in the last game. While talking about this game, I was completely stunned by the way how Janelids have showed themselves. I think they put a lot of dedication right there. Well, definitely we're going to quickly jump into the highlights right there. Highlights. Now, this is what I was waiting because there was entire bloodshed bath coming at a point of the game. There comes the first blood for old generation, but unfortunately they got entirely knocked off by 7 shots. These 2 teams, they have a rivalry happening between them. If you've been watching the last 3 matches, it's always the old generation versus the 7 shot.
Yeah, it has always been happening, and this time it was old generation who was taken out really quickly. But 7 shots, they had a good start, but unfortunately they were taken aback by a third party coming in from the other side. But it was Mafia with that car actually who really surprised me, coming up with those shots. Gokul, he really overcommitted here, I guess, but he was putting those guns to good use. Unfortunately, the cover didn't arrive at the right time to save himself, but that doesn't matter right now. But after that, Sean Frost, he was just too good to control.
Definitely. I mean, that backup coming in from team number 7, that was unexpected. But team number 6, that is HP Pro, got eliminated. And outside the zone, team number 12, the last player standing, has been taken down. While right now, this push was very beautiful by HP Pro. Unfortunately, they got knocked off immediately by TMT Strangers. Janelites putting off the players outside the zone. And this was the best moment I've been watching till now. They broke through the glue wall. It was like an entire maze happening right in there. And the last fight happening between Beast, team number 1 and 4, they had the man advantage. And then They've successfully taken down the last two players standing for team number 1, and they've got the booyah run. Team Hind. I mean, these people, they come out of nowhere. They do not take initial fights throughout the game. We've seen old generation, we've seen HP Pro take the fights, but we did not see Team Hind. They came at the last, they were waiting at the zone, and they got the...
Yeah, they took a few shots in the middle though, and they were able to go with those kills, but it was amazing coming in from them. And I'm really hyped up over the points table right now, because the first two we kind of know who's it going to be, but the third spot, it's up for grabs there, as the MVP is going to be Mafia from his team, going with only 3 kills, but it is the 1767 damage which has got the job done. He was able to actually stop a lot of players. You know, this damage, it shows that whenever you're damaging any players, you are damaging their the armory as well, so that actually slows them down for a little bit, and I guess it was one of the main reasons for Team Hind to do so well. Talking about the second player, Gen Reaper, again coming up. I don't think his team has made the cut to move into the to the next phase, but let's see. We still have the the rankings which will be coming up in a little while.
And the third person is going to be BNK05 Gaming's HSN07 with 3 kills, 1055 damage, 1 headshot. Dr. Doom with 3 kills, 986 damage, 1 headshot. Dr. Doom, he's really proved himself in the last phases, but he couldn't make it. RG Themo from Run Gaming with 3 kills, 668 damage and 1 headshot. This Dr. Doom, he got 2 kills quickly, and he immediately got knocked off by Beast. Immediately. That's what kind of a trade game that comes into the play when you're actually having a very good team coordination in your hands.
Yeah, generally it's, I guess they came in really well, but it was just that the backup that came in, it was very late. In the first 2 games, they were nowhere to be seen. They were just manhandled by the other squads. They showed a very good team play in the third game, but I don't think it's enough to actually move into the next phase. As the point standings arrive on our screens, this is just the point standings for the third game and not the cumulative scores. Yeah, it will be available in a little while. Team Hind sitting at top. They got the booyah, they got the maximum kills as well as far as this group is concerned. 34 points for them. Run Gaming, they went away with the booyah in the second game actually, but not the same thing in the third game, as they're going to go with 27 points with 5 kills. Chen Elites also doing so well with a total of 27 points, 6 kills to the name. But let's see how the cumulative scores will come up.
Yes, definitely. The points between Run Gaming and Gen Elites, they're pretty much similar, although Gen Elites have, one advantage of having the most number of kills, but I'm really waiting for the cumulative point standings. I actually thought of baiting the audience by giving that our reaction and telling it's Team Hind who got qualified. But HP Pro, they're in the 6th position with 4 kills, 16 points. They could have done far better. 7 shot coming up in the 5th position with 5 kills and 20 points. BNK05 Gaming, I think BNK05 Gaming and Gen Elites, they might be having a tough fight, to qualify into the top 3 teams.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be tough for them. And HP Pro, if you talk about them, I don't think they were in the top 3 even before this game. So
yeah, in the first game they got the booyah.
Yeah, but let's see how that pans out. But whatever happens to them, you can go away with 1060 diamonds. You just have to go in the chat. You have to type Elite Gaming and your UID, and that's it. You will be one of the participants for the 1060 diamonds giveaway which is going on. And do make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you want to increase your chances, if you want to elevate your chances, and if you want to witness all of this which is happening in Qualcomm Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Open presented by Qualcomm.
And the best part is it's just not one day of giveaway, it's the giveaway of through the entire tournament. Every day we are giving away 13,000 diamonds of Free Fire. If you are a Free Fire player, then you should definitely know the worth of the diamonds you are getting right now. You can unlock skins, you can unlock characters, and you can learn a lot about the game while coming back to the post-analysis session. What are your thoughts on cumulative point standing? I think everybody is having that goosebumps in their hands because it's still the playoffs round number 3, group 4 and day 2. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. Trust me when I say this.
Yeah, and a lot of things are spiced up just because of the fact that the third position has been very close from the first 3 groups as well. It has just been a matter of 3 to 4 points. It's not like the third position is very ahead of the 4th position. So that spices up a lot of things. We'll have the cumulative scores right on your screens in a little while. Yes, it is here.
Whoa,
HP Pro makes
it once again.
Run Gaming
I have that
smile
on my face. I've been wanting HP Pro to get qualified in the top 3. I mean, they got 1 booyah. I think that's enough out of the 2 games.
And Run Gaming sitting at the top with a total of 90 points. Team Hind moving at the 2nd spot. Yes, these were confirmed. HP Pro also. And yeah, they have a very healthy lead if you ask me. 7 shot at 57 points. So HP Pro, they must be very happy with the kind of work they have put in. Let's see how League league stage, you know, comes out for them, because these are just the 3 teams that are going to go in, but there will be 18 teams from these groups plus 6 invited teams. So that's going to be a total of 24 teams that will be playing it out in the league stage. That's a story for some other day. But Run Gaming, Team Hind, HP Pro, congratulations to them for moving into the next stage.
Yes, I mean, that was totally unexpected. We did not see coming that HP Pro could have made it to the top 3, beating down Genelites, Paratrooper. I mean, what a game it has been. The 3 matches I've been casting. I did not expect that HP Pro would take an end like this. I mean, sometimes it's about the luck, sometimes it's about the effort you put in. Although HP Pro, they did really try their best in the last 2 games. In the first match, they got lucky, they got the booyah. I was so confident about them to get into the top 3, and they actually did. Team Hind and Run Gaming. You know, I still have a lot of respect for BNK05 Gaming. They have actually done a lot of work, a lot of technical terms in the game. They've followed this strategy, which is actually like a very beautiful thing for every professional player. But you know, sometimes it's only the top 3 who can get advanced.
Yeah, they are going to advance into the next phase. It was a mix of a good strategy, a good gun game, teamwork as well, which made the teamwork for all these teams. They wanted to go in. Yes, they are in right now. But it's not just the gun power that actually came in. Because if you look at likes of Crust Icons in the last group that we saw, they were very good when it comes to gun game. It was not enough. And tomorrow, it's going to be another day of Free Fire, which is going to come up. We are going to come up with the last day of the playoffs 3. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll be meeting you after a short little break tomorrow.